Hosts Pep Fernandez and Jeff Cora.
Twists and turns and jaw-dropping moments, disbelief. And I'm not even talking about Infinity War.
I am.
No, I'm talking about the NFL draft. I couldn't go to sleep last night. I'm still stewing about it. I can't believe what happened. I'm trying to make sense of it. And that's just the first round. But, Jeff, you did see Infinity War last night. No spoiler. This is a spoiler-free edition of the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE. Can you handle yourself?
I can handle myself. I will say this. I feel like I am about 10 years old after I left the movie theater last night at 11.
You loved it.
Loved it. It was. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to go be a bold move.
Be bold.
And say it is the best movie experience that I have seen since I saw Empire Strikes Back.
That good.
That good. In fact, I'm going to say, go out on a limb and say this might have passed Star Wars for my new favorite
Wow.
group of
That's
movies.
saying something.
I am I've been a collector my whole life, but
You're
I will
a big Star Wars nerd.
18 movies. You combine them all in the thread into one movie. I've never seen it. I didn't think it could be done to where everybody gets their own screen time and it had flowed. It was the best single movie. People walked out of there. It was utter silence when they left that.
It's crazy. I would explode if I had to handle the first round of the NFL draft and Avengers Infinity War all in the same night, but you did it. You battled through. You're here today. And speaking of screen time, the guy that everyone was talking about after the first round was UCLA quarterback Josh Rosen going at number 10 to the Arizona Cardinals. In fact, it happened right after we went off the air last night. We went to 6 o'clock right here on Fox Sports IE, and then moments later, the Arizona Cardinals made a trade. They had to move up because it looked like that he was going to go to the Miami Dolphins at 11.
Yes.
But the Cardinals made a trade with the Raiders at 10. They moved up, and they got their guy, Josh Rosen, and he is basically what everyone's been talking about today. You know what? I think it's kind of a beneficial relationship for both sides. I think he's what the Cardinals needed, and Josh Rosen, he needs the Cardinals. I think it was a great fit. What was your initial response, Jeff?
Oh, I thought he was going to go a little higher, but
So did he.
yeah, apparently.
And we're going to hear from him later in the show.
No, I thought I think it's a good spot for him to land. It keeps him out west here in nice warmer weather. I don't think he would have done well with any of the other spots other than maybe the Jets. I thought he might have been pretty done well with the Jets. A little surprised that Josh Allen dropped that far, but I was really shocked at the entire first pick of the draft. The 1 and the 4, the Brown move, we'll talk about this, is they could have got the two best players in the draft.
They could have. If they played their cards right.
Oh, my
They could have got
golly.
a running back and a quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know.
Solidify that offense.
I do not know why they just didn't go Saquon Barkley from the get-go, and then they would have had one of 4 quarterbacks.
At least 2 between Josh Rosen, Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, and Sam Darnold. At least 2 of those guys would be around at number 4.
Exactly.
But they didn't do it.
Because the Giants they were settled on Eli Manning. They've said, we're going with Eli. They wouldn't have selected a quarterback. They would have gone for the best available athlete, not quarterback. You might have seen someone else, a different position. You might have seen Chubb might have gone number 2. That would have been really interesting. But hey, the Browns.
But it's over. We can second guess all we want now, but it's over. That first round is a done deal. The second round will begin in less than an hour. The second and third rounds actually tonight of the NFL draft, and of course we're going to monitor those very closely here. Cleveland, you're on the clock. They got the number 33 overall pick, and they'll be the first one picking today in the second round. So we've got a lot more NFL draft to get to here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by excellent customer service and the greatest prices. Check them out off of Alessandro Boulevard. That's Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. So Baker Mayfield goes number 1 to the Browns. Sam Darnold goes to the Jets. Josh Rosen is going to the Arizona Cardinals. The Raiders got themselves Colton Miller, the big offensive tackle out of UCLA. And here's a funny story, Jeff. So, the Raiders. Last night, I was interviewing our dear friend of the show, the great Sharice Wright of the Oakland Raiders and the pride of Colton High School. I was interviewing him, and right when I was interviewing him, guess who was on the clock? It was the Silver and Black.
The Raiders.
I said, Sharice, now that we're tight, we're like BFFs. I can be honest. Do you want to wait? Let's wait for Roger Goodell to come out and make the pick, and then we'll interview. He said, well, let's go ahead and start. If the commish walks out, let's shut it down. Hear what he has to say. And then we'll finish the interview. I said, done deal. So sure enough, I get one question out. Here comes Roger Goodell. We be quiet. We're in a big restaurant. Sharice was right there with a mob of fans. So we watched the Raiders make their pick, and they picked Colton Miller out of UCLA. And you know what? That place went absolutely bonkers because A, it's the Raiders, and B, the guy's name's Colton. And they're all, yeah, Colton! It was so funny. Listen, don't get me wrong, Colton Miller, we do got Colton. Listen, Colton Miller's a great player. He went to UCLA, which is right down the road, but all the Silver and Black fans, all they cared about was that his first name was Colton. And it was a Colton night in that place with Sharice right there for the Silver and Black.
What's up, Colton? We got you.
So, it was awesome. But you know what? After that, Sharice Wright was signing body parts.
What?
He was signing cell phones, hats, pictures, posters, jerseys, biceps, all kinds of stuff.
How much was he charging?
I don't think anything.
He wasn't
It's for the people, man.
He wasn't doing a baller brand thing. He wasn't charging.
This ain't no big baller brand.
He wasn't charging $20 for an autograph
It's for
or
the
anything.
people, man.
Wow, look at
It's for
him.
the people.
Wow. I will say this about that Raiders pick. They're going to redshirt him. Yeah, I said it. They're going to redshirt him.
Can he do that in the NFL?
No, he's not going to play a whole lot this upcoming year because he's big, giant guy. He's bigger than I am.
That's a big guy.
But they said he needs to work.
His name's Colton.
His name's Colton. He hasn't been playing football too long. So what they're going to do is they're going to work with him. They said he might be on the practice squad for a year just to kind of get reps to work on his fundamentals, make him a better player. They say potentially he could be a great player, but it's going to be a little while.
The Chargers, they made their pick at 17. Derwin James, a safety out of Florida State. So all of a sudden, the Lightning Bolts have a really good secondary. They're going to be flying around hard hitting for the Chargers. The Seahawks picked at 27, and they got Rashad Penny out of San Diego State.
Great pick.
A good sleeper, as you would call a dark horse.
I think that was probably the best pick of the draft outside of your big studs. Rashad Penny, the great running back out of San Diego State University, led the nation in rushing. The guy is a madman, can catch the ball. The only question is pass blocking. He's not a big time, he's not going to block your quarterback, but he does the intangibles. Kind of a Reggie Bush type back. Can catch the ball out of the backfield, can run out of the backfield. They're going to be pretty good. He'll be their number one back.
Well, he is certainly a stud, and he kind of follows in the footsteps. Remember Marshall Faulk? Marshall Faulk was a San Diego State Aztec, the first running back to go in the first round out of SDSU since the great Marshall Faulk. So Rashad Penny going to the Seahawks at 27, which is, in your estimate, Jeff, and my estimate, a steal. I think he's going to be a star. And Seattle needs a running back, so that's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, they already have a number one quarterback for a long time. Now they have their number one running back.
And then the final pick in the first round was Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, which was kind of a surprise, I think, that he was maybe still around and that the Ravens went for a quarterback because they have Joe Flacco. They just brought in Robert Griffin III.
RG3.
Like, I didn't really think they were on the board looking for a quarterback.
Well, here's how they're spinning it today. Last night you got Joe Flacco, right? That the guy, isn't that their guy?
That's
Joe
their
Flacco?
guy. He's been their guy.
He won a Super Bowl for them. Lamar Jackson said last night that he was going to carry the Ravens into another Super Bowl. Did you guys hear that? He
was pretty cocky, yeah.
And he was angry about not getting drafted earlier. But the good thing about having RG3 is maybe he can mentor him, because if you're going to draft a guy like Lamar Jackson, you better have somebody else that is like him, like RG3, a very mobile quarterback, very athletic. So they, if something happens to Joe Flacco, you do have RG3 to bring in, and you also have a complementary type athlete, in the same fold as RG3, Lamar Jackson.
I don't know if RG3, if we're ever going to see him in a game.
We
for the
might
Ravens,
not, but
to be honest.
But he might be the guy to kind of mentor Lamar Jackson because they are a similar player. Remember, RG3 was the rookie of the year. Everybody said he was going to be great, and then he went downhill. My question is, I hope he's learned his lesson. Maybe he's a better locker room guy than he was with the Redskins.
Well, we're going to find out in a hurry. That's why these mini camps. I know they have the rookie mini camps coming up, but the May mini camps when like the veterans report and stuff, they're going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of new faces wearing new uniforms and competitions like the Ravens, Joe Flacco, RG3, and Lamar Jackson. There's going to be an odd man out, and I don't think it's going to be Joe Flacco because he signed that huge deal.
No, he'll retire or he'll go a couple years. If they don't win, they'll move him. RG3 just might be there as a short-term backup until Lamar Jackson is ready in case there is an injury there.
All right, our next several segments, we're going to talk about the first round of the NFL draft. We'll also look ahead to the second and third round, see who else is out there, what some of these teams might be doing. And we've got some Inland Empire guys who maybe could sneak into the third round, but I think they're more Saturday guys. We're talking about Marcus Baugh, the Ohio State tight end who played at JW North, Kylie Fitz out of Redlands East Valley in Utah, a couple guys out of Centennial, Big V, Vianney Talamaival, and Garrett Hughes out of New Mexico. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on our local guys. And then also the Rams will have their first pick. They only have a third-round pick. That's their first pick in the draft because, again, the whole Jared Goff deal, they sold the farm. First-round pick, second-round pick. So they'll have a third-round pick today. So we'll see the Rams in action for the first time.
And the Browns have 3 more chances to mess up again today.
Yeah, they've got picks all over the place.
They've got two of the first 3 picks here in the second round, and then at the end of the second round they have another pick. But yeah, they have 3 more shots to mess up.
Give them a chance.
Yeah, 31-31.
All right, so more NFL draft coming. Now to Major League Baseball. The Halos back in action. They're going to take on the Yankees tonight at the Big A. That's an exciting matchup. Anytime like the Yankees or the Red Sox, someone of that caliber comes into town, that's what's going down at the Big A. Halos and Yankees. The Dodgers will hit the road to take on the Giants tonight in Major Leagues. Last night, and this happened after we went off the air, the pride of Yucktown, Matt Davidson from Yucaipa High School, 2 more home runs for the White Sox last night. He's got 7 on the season, and they beat Kansas City by a score of 6-3. So Matt Davidson, listen, he's no Mike Trout, but he's right behind him.
Hey, and how fast and how far has Kansas City fallen in the last 2 years?
They beat my Mets in the World Series. That was what, 2015?
Yes. They have gone downhill fast.
Man.
3 years actually removed from the World Series, and they are an abysmal team right now.
It's not as bad as the Reds.
No.
Could be worse. You could be Cincinnati.
That is true.
And UC Riverside playing on the road at UC Santa Barbara. In fact, they're probably underway against the Gauchos already. We'll bring you a final score, if it goes final, by the end of the show. We're brought to you by our good friends at Ken's Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs and Letterman's jackets, team sales, they do it all. So next time you need a baseball bat or a football helmet or cleats, shin guards, any of that, water bottles, they got it all. Ken's Sporting Goods out there in Horsetown, USA. We love you, Ken's. And Jason, you're the man. All right, still to come on the Inland Sports Show. Again, a lot more from the NFL draft. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around everything. A lot of it doesn't make sense. Some of it does. We're going to get a lot deeper on Josh Rosen. He talked to all the media outlets last night, and he had some pretty crazy stuff to say. So we're going to get your thoughts on that as well, Jeff.
Hey, guess what else? Guess what I did today? I saw a great movie last night, but today I'm working at the school, working over at Novi. And, of course, I'm walking around during my lunch
Minding your own business.
Minding my own business, and I go out by my car, and there's a goat right there, a baby goat.
Was it a sign?
It was
You're the goat?
A baby
You're the
goat
greatest of all time?
Was standing right next to my door. Lady Smedberg and I, we were like, why is there a goat over there? And we looked around. There was 3 goats in the parking lot.
What'd you do? Did you round them up? Did you scoop them up? Did you give them a hug?
Oh, I'll tell you. The big Jeezy grabbed them. Like I was a cowboy. Wrangled them up, grabbed them by I had 1 in each arm. And Lady Smedberg was scared to touch them. They were just little babies, baby kids. They're called kids. Did you know that?
Yeah.
So of course
I know.
I had
no cows on a dairy.
I
what
had
do you think?
2 kids in each arm. A Smedberg was chasing one. We got them back to their pen, and I saved some lives.
Did you feel like a hero?
I'm always a hero.
Do you feel like one of the Marvel Avengers Infinity War heroes?
Dude, I was just like I was like Iron Man. I was just grabbed him, and my wife was like, "Wow, that was pretty impressive." Like I knew what I was doing.
Like you're a rancher, like a farmer.
I had never done that, but I wanted to make it look like I knew what I was doing, and I did feel pretty masculine, very tough.
Did you get a kiss from the mother?
No, I just got a couple. I just got like a bah or whatever they make.
They bleat.
Hey, but they were babies, and they went right to the mom, and they pummel the mom when they're feeding. They just pummel her.
Got to get the food.
I was
Is
shocked.
that what the Gorham house looks like?
No.
When the food comes out?
Wow. They were
food
just
comes out.
They
Every man for themselves.
Man, they were
Carnage.
getting that
Gorham
milk.
boys.
Those Gorham boys. It's carnage in the house.
I could see why the mother
When you bring out your beanie weenie and broccoli, it just goes nuts in the Gorham house.
Oh, yes.
Jumping and climbing on each other.
I'll tell you what though, yeah. Crazy stuff. Very fun.
Circle of life, Jeff.
Circle of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I was carrying them. People
You're
were looking.
participating in circle of life.
They look delicious too. I would have if I could dip them in butter. I bet they were pretty good.
Oh,
You
that's
should have
gross.
held one up like Simba.
Hey,
Oh,
I would've
Sylvania.
but I'm not that strong. I probably would have dropped
It
them. I
would've
had
kicked you in the face.
I had one in each arm. I felt really.
They're probably
tough.
saying, "How did we get up in this tall tree?"
Yeah.
You kidding me? They were really soft. Have you ever held a goat?
Yes, a pygmy goat.
It was really soft, and I kind of felt like it was like my own children. They were really nice.
You gonna get one? You gonna take some home?
No, they have devil eyes.
You
Have
know
you
what?
Yeah, they got wacky eyes.
I've never
Maybe
seen
if this doesn't work, you can goat some
I'm
herd
gonna-
some farm.
Yeah, if the whole radio thing doesn't work out, you go goats, I'll go cows, and
Yeah, we'll
meet in the
start our
middle.
own
We'll have a
farm.
farm.
I'll tell you what. I didn't know goats had crazy eyeballs. I'm like, oh, they're cute little things. I
No,
looked at
don't look him in the eyes.
I looked at them and I went, "Jeez, what the hell's going on with your eyes? You're devil animals." And then they looked happy,
but they're cute. They're soft, right?
soft but weird eyeballs. They're like
Yeah.
sideways.
Don't look him in the eyes. It's like Medusa,
They were like snake eyes, but sideways.
but on a goat.
Creepy. And just creepy. Just creepy.
All right, day 2 of the NFL draft is coming up. Browns, you're on the clock, and we got more on Josh Rosen. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Yeah, thank God it's Friday.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajon, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
And with that, welcome to day 2 of the NFL Draft. This is your favorite show. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Jeff Gorham, Greg Holla, I am simply Pep Fernandez. We're brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Check out all the cool things they got going on over there, from lacrosse, golf, track and field, football, baseball, softball. I can keep going on, but you guys know the drill by now. All the sports, all the levels, youth, high school, college, they do it all. They have a strength and speed class, and the first one's always free. So go check it out. Nothing to lose. BoostTrainingSystems.com. That's Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass out there in Corona. Well, Jeff, you say a lot of outlandish things.
No.
I stand over here half the time. I roll my eyes at you, turn the other way. I scowl at you. I do all kinds of stuff because you say some pretty wacky things.
Sometimes.
But there's a huge but, and I like big butts. There's a
And
big butt right here.
lie.
So there's a Cleveland radio host. Did you hear about this?
No.
And I thought of you.
Whoa, I never would be in Cleveland.
No, wait, hold on. After I tell you this story, you'll be like, okay, that's why you thought of me. Here's why I thought of you, Jeff Gorham. There's a big but to this story. So there's a Cleveland radio host, like Pep Fernandez, like Jeff Gorham, like a lot of the people across the country thought Sam Darnold would be the number 1 pick to the Cleveland Browns.
Yes.
He was sure of it. I was sure of it. You were sure of it. I think 90% of the country was sure of it, that our guy out of USC, Sam Darnold, would be the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. Well, our guy in Cleveland, because, again, that's the home of the Browns.
Yes.
And they do the browniest things ever, right?
They always do.
So he went out on a limb, and he said, guys, all this nonsense about Baker Mayfield going number 1, ridiculous. It's Sam Darnold. It's always been Sam Darnold. Jeff Gorham says it's Sam Darnold. Everyone says it's Sam Darnold. This radio host in Cleveland was so sure that it was Sam Darnold that he said if the Cleveland Browns select Baker Mayfield number 1, he would eat horse poop.
What?
Well, guess what?
Wait a second. Stop it.
And I thought of you. I read the headline and I went straight to Jeff Gorham.
Stop it. I might be a lot of things. There's 2 things I would never do. 1, I'd never live in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, there's 1.
2, I might be a lot of things, but there is no way in hell I'm eating poop.
What about goat poop?
No.
You like goats?
No, I don't like poop of any kind. I have a baby at home. Do you guys remember that? I see poop like 8 times a day. That's not. Oh, why would you say that?
Well, he said this. He's, again, a radio host like us, but in Cleveland, and he loves his Browns.
I guess so.
He said, don't believe all those reports that Baker Mayfield's going number 1. It's all smoke screen, kind of like what we were talking about, right?
Yeah.
This guy is in Cleveland. He has boots on the ground. He has sources within the team. Excuse me. He was so confident, he went on the air Thursday before the draft amidst all of the reports that Baker Mayfield might be going to the Browns. He said, no. It's all a lie. In fact, if Baker Mayfield goes to the Browns, if it's not Sam Darnold, if it's Baker going number 1, I will eat horse poop on the air.
Did he eat horse poop on the air?
It's going to happen next week.
Oh, stop it.
First, they got to go find some horse poop.
No.
And then they got to get it into the studio, and he's going to do it live on the air next week.
Why?
Because Baker Mayfield's number 1.
Wouldn't that make you sick? Wouldn't that get you dysentery?
It sounds like it would not be healthy.
Oh, that sounds horrible. Can you dip it in chocolate or anything?
Yeah, hey.
What's
Can
the
you-
side effects of eating?
Colin, can you look up if you eat horse poop,
Do you
would it
die?
make you sick? Would you die? Would you,
Side
you know, like what side effects? Yeah, there you go.
Dude, if I brush my teeth wrong, I throw up.
Well, I read the headline. I'm like, a radio host making an outlandish, proclamation, a promise that he would eat horse poop. I'm like, sounds like a Jeff Gorham deal.
I would never eat horse poop. I wouldn't eat poop of any kind.
None?
Not at all. No.
Well, there's a guy in Cleveland doing what we do, and he loves his Browns, and it's going to get real brown next week. He's going to eat horse poop because Baker's number 1.
Fake puke at home, and then I went to this movie theater, hid the puke in my jacket,
It'll make
climbed
you
up to the
puke, all right.
balcony, and then I made a noise like this.
Boo! Come on, Chunk. Yeah. Get it out. There's more. It's all out. Good job, Chunk.
Who does that? See, that's why he's in Cleveland. That's why he's not in a metropolitan area. We are in a metropolitan area. We do not eat poop in Southern California.
See, we shoot from the hip. This guy is in Cleveland. He's got boots on the ground. He's got sources within the team. Even he thought for sure that the Baker Mayfield rumors were a smokescreen, a lie.
But how low do you have to go that you have to go, I'm going to eat poop?
Oh, he went straight to the bottom. He went straight to the gutter. There's no in between like, hey, you know what? If Baker goes number 1, I'll buy you a venti-sized coffee. He went straight to the gutter. It was a one-way ticket to the gutter. There's nothing in between.
Can we get if Kawhi Leonard doesn't come to the Lakers?
I'll eat eggs. Scrambled eggs.
All right, we'll take it. We're recording, right? We gotta save this one.
Who says they're going to eat poop?
I'll eat poop.
Good Lord Almighty. They're just really reaching bottom
I love
of the
my
barrel.
49ers, but I'd never even say something about that.
Bottom of the bowl. Good Lord. That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Straight to the gutter. No, hey, you know what? I'll buy you a candy bar out of the snack machine. I'll get you a coffee tomorrow. I'll wash your car. Nope, straight to the gutter.
Hey, what's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? The weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Jeff, when my car is on a quarter of a tank, I go straight to the gas station. If I can't see the bottom of the water, I don't jump off the bridge into the creek. If the hook looks real pointy, I wear gloves when I put the hook on the fishing pole. I'm not very wild, but escargot.
Yeah, mine too. I was just going to say the same thing.
Oh, I had bear spaghetti.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, that makes you manly.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I ate like half the plate, and then my roommate was like, hey, by the way, that's bear meat.
That's like me.
Like, what?
That's like me noodling, but that with that hat on right now, you do look like a country bumpkin today.
Yeah.
That's a cool country-looking hat. The Austin Gorell Classic hat is kind of a country look. Like you could wear that in Lake Tawakoni.
And I'd fit right in, right?
I've been really prepping.
Are you taking time off? Do I have to do the show by myself?
That's going to be our vacation time in July. We're going to be going.
That's where you're going.
Yeah, where are you going to go for your vacation?
I don't know. Does Batman say when he leaves town, where he goes?
Well, I'll tell you what. I am going to go to Lake Tawakoni at Goody's Marina, and I'm going to bring back everybody T-shirts. I'm going to catch me some big catfish. Will you eat the catfish? I know you're not a big fish guy.
No, I don't eat seafood.
I'm allergic to catfish. Can you believe it?
Are you?
Very allergic to catfish. I blow up big time.
Do you really?
Yeah, my face swells up.
Nobody wants that.
Boils. That's a good look. It's a great look for me. Hey, did I tell you I'm going to shave? When Meek Mill gets arrested again.
Meek Mill, your boy?
Yeah,
he's
next
free,
time.
Though. He's out. He's out and about. He's roaming the streets.
You know how people like when they're playing for the World Series or they're playing in the Stanley Cup playoffs, they don't shave until they finish?
Because they're winning the title, yeah.
So I'm not gonna,
Stanley Cup.
I'm not going to shave until Meek Mill gets arrested again.
Could be tonight.
Could be tonight.
Could be right now.
Yeah, it could be right now.
It could be right now. I mean, he is an all-around good citizen, but he might get another arrest.
No,
he's never know.
He's a good guy. What are you talking about?
Day 2 of the NFL draft. The Browns are on the clock. They've got the 33rd overall pick and number 35 as the second round is going to start in about 30 minutes, about a half hour. We'll have all the live updates here. Did you have the bell?
I forgot the bell.
You got to go home and get the bell. Can you run home real quick?
I'll run home.
Run home. In the next commercial break, run home to Menifee, grab the bell, and come back.
I have my helicopter. I can do it. I'm like Kobe Bryant. Hey, the Browns, what do you think they get? What do you think they're going to draft? I've been thinking about this all day, Pep. All day long.
I have.
They've already got their quarter.
I'm like, it's the Browns.
They've got their quarterback. They've got their cornerback. They need
a running back.
Huh?
A running back.
No, they got a wide receiver, offensive tackle, and a defensive tackle. That's it. Fill up your rotten holes.
Yeah, fill up the lines, especially the O-line, because you lost Joe Thomas, Hall of Famer.
Yes.
You don't want Baker Mayfield to die. I mean, there's people eating poop in Cleveland, for Pete's sake. It's get an O-line. You want Baker Mayfield to succeed.
Did you say Joe Thomas? He's going to be in the Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Famer.
He's got to be.
To never win a football game.
He was the best on the worst, right? The best guy on the worst team.
Oh, man, he's the best of all. Probably one of the best. Center? He was a center. One of the best of all time.
No, he wasn't a center.
What was he? A guard?
He was a left tackle.
Left tackle. He's never going to get an opportunity to win.
Checker. I don't follow the Cleveland Browns close enough.
Yeah, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer and never won a game. He won one game in his entire career.
So day 2, the Browns are back on the clock. Last night, it was Josh Rosen stealing all the headlines, saying there were 9 other teams that made a huge mistake because he should have went in the top couple of picks. He slid all the way to number 10. I guess that's not a huge drop, but to him, it was the whole world as he went to number 10 to the Arizona Cardinals. We've got a soundbite from Josh Rosen talking about, I know, don't make the baby sounds. Come on. It's Josh Rosen, guys. He's a pro quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Josh Rosen talking about going to the Arizona Cardinals at number 10. He said he should have gone higher. He's kind of whining about it. You decide.
I'm more motivated than ever. I'm determined. I was pretty pissed off as I saw teams going by and passing on me. And I thought I was going to have to, after about, I'd say 4 and 5 went through, I thought I was going to have to fake a smile. And pretend I was happy. But honestly, the second I got that call, that all went away. And I just basically motivation and determination set in. And I honestly could have walked straight off that stage onto a plane to Arizona and got to work right then.
All right, that's your boy Josh Rosen. Here's what I think, Jeff. And this is just my own personal opinion, being a father of two, been around a lot of kids, whether it's at school, at church, wherever. There's two types of kids. One that's kind of entitled, and as much as you give them, they're still going to whine and complain.
And they don't understand it.
No, and there's also number two, kids who are grateful for anything. I could give Greg $10.
He's never grateful.
He'd be like, you know what? Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. And then if I give $10 to Jeff, he'd be like, only $10.
Yeah,
like,
I know, that's
you told me you were going to give. I need like at least 50. But Greg over here is appreciative. You know, if you're Josh Rosen, just say, you know what? I'm thankful to be a Cardinal, man. This is so cool to have this experience, to be an NFL draft pick. It's going to change my life. This is what I've been dreaming about. You don't have to slam the other teams. Like, come on, just be grateful, be thankful in the moment.
Imagine him at the draft party.
Yeah, what? I mean, seriously, what a ding-dong thing to say. Serious ding-dong.
Listen, I know you play with a chip on your shoulder. You're going to be out for those other 9 teams who passed you up. But don't say that on national TV. Just say the right. That's why I like Sam Darnold so much. You just say the right things like, you know what? Those other 9 teams, good luck to them. Hopefully I'll get a chance to play them. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I'm so excited to be part of the Arizona Cardinals. I'm glad they used their draft pick. They made a trade to move up to get me. That tells you how much they love me because they moved up and made a trade to get me. I'm excited to get to work. I know they really want me. I'm excited to be in the NFC West. I can't wait to play the Rams in LA, my hometown. I think it's going to be awesome.
You know what? Rosen, that was pretty impressive. I want to play for you.
Yeah.
Instead, though, I mean, honestly, I say dumb things all the time.
Yeah,
every
you really
single
do.
day, every hour, I say really dumb things. But there's no malice behind and evilness behind my stupidity.
You know what that reminds me of? Taking a kid to Disneyland and spending all that money to make sure that kid had a good time.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, did you have a good time? No.
I wanted the big Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, that's when I beat my kid. That's when
and he was smiling the whole time.
Yeah.
And at the end.
Yeah.
Some kids will appreciate anything. Greg down here, I give him $10. And he thinks he won the lottery. I give you $10 and you just give me a dirty look. You're like, this is it?
That's it.
You're Josh Rosen.
Hey, stop it.
I take 20s.
Josh Rosen, they made
breaking bread.
Unless they're Andrew Jackson, I'm not taking it.
They made 9 mistakes, is what he said.
Yeah, 9 mistakes. The 9 teams in front of him.
I say it's really 8 because Cleveland passed on him
twice. Yeah, you're right. That's bad math. It was only 8 teams. It wasn't 9 teams.
Yeah, I was like, come on, what a ding dong.
But really, okay, for 1 second, I'll defend Josh Rosen. He should be thanking his lucky stars that he's not a Cleveland Brown.
Hey,
the Browns passed him twice.
You ever wonder if he went for number 1, what his speech would have been then?
I'm the greatest of all time. Yeah. I can't wait to surpass Tom Brady.
He's going to be the starting quarterback next year with the Cardinals.
Even this year.
Yeah, this
coming what Sam Bradford happened.
This year, that's what I was going to say. Sam Bradford walks on a field, his legs fall apart. He's done.
He's the most fragile guy. Handled with care.
He signed that giant contract for a year.
Hey, if you're Sam Bradford, good for you.
Did you
Tons of money coming in. You're going to get hurt.
I watched the game earlier this year with Sam Bradford when he was hurt. Remember, he played and then he got hurt and he had that knee. They brought him back in to play, and it looked like me going out there. It was like
he already looks awkward in a football uniform.
He walked out there. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with that guy? He's crippled. He was a crippled quarterback. He should have walked out there.
Josh Rosen's going to play.
He's going to start.
He's going to play. And honestly, it's a great fit for Josh Rosen. He's going to the NFC West. He's going to go head-to-head with the Rams. We're going to see him in Southern California. He's not too far from home. He's going to get a chance to start right away. You know what I mean? He could be in Cleveland. He could be in Buffalo. No, he's with the Cardinals. It's all good. It's a warm weather city. It's close to home. He's going to get to play the LA teams twice a year. The Rams. I think it's a great fit for him.
He's a ding-a-ling.
He is a ding-a-ling, but it's a great fit.
And he's a good quarterback. I mean, we're not going to – honestly, if I was an owner, I wouldn't draft a guy just because he's a ding-dong. I'm going to draft a guy who can play.
I told you, when I saw him at Bosco against Centennial, the best high school quarterback on the best high school team I'd ever seen. They were unbelievable.
It's so funny.
All right, we come back. We got to talk a little NBA playoffs because, again, after 4 o'clock, we're going to be knee-deep in these NFL draft picks. Cleveland Browns, you're on the board. You got about 20 minutes here. When we come back, we'll talk NBA playoffs. We've got one game, actually three games tonight. We had one last night, 3 games tonight. We'll let you know who's on the verge of advancing to the next round in the NBA playoffs. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I think that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM every single day of your life from 3 to 6 p.m. right here on the local sports leader. We're brought to you by our good friends at Cajon Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. They've got a special every week. You can save thousands of dollars. You can call Derek Catalano directly. Why wait? You can buy trade finance. No headaches. They make it super easy. Jeff's going to get a new minivan or Prius if he really wants to roll deep and be a baller.
Hey, you're crazy. I've changed my mind.
You did?
I did.
Wait, guys, hold on. Full disclosure here. First, you told me about 2 weeks ago, you're like, I'm getting a Prius.
Yeah.
And then you told me we're getting a new minivan. And then you told me you were getting the new Yukon at Cajon Motors.
I wanted that one, but now I have a new one. I'm going to go midlife crisis. I'm growing the beard out. It's gray. It's horrible. My hair I haven't shaved. I'm going straight Corvette. Brand spanking new.
Your wife will go for that.
Yeah, she better. I'm in charge of this household. I'm going to get the doors.
You disconnect the cable and turn the lights out.
You're darn right. I sit at the head of the table. And I'm going to take, and the doors on my Corvette are going to open like funny,
like Kanye or one of those guys.
Like a Ferrari.
Yeah.
I'm going to get, because isn't that what you're supposed to get when you're going through midlife crisis?
I don't know.
I got a 1-year-old.
I'm not there yet. Why would I know?
I'm 47 years old, Pep. I got a 1-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a stinky 12-year-old. My life is crazy. I don't even want I want a Corvette. I don't want a minivan. I want a 2-seat car, and I don't want anyone in my car except my lady.
Well, see, there you go. If you get 2 seats, you have to say, hey, sorry, kids, you can't go. We're going
tired
to
of my
movies. We're
kids.
going out to dinner. You can't come with us. I only got 2 seats.
I only need 1 chair, and it's for my lady. My lady only. The rest of my damn kids, they can ride bikes.
Well, welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're just going to spend a couple minutes on the NBA playoffs because we got a very special guest in studio. We're going to talk NFL draft. We're going to talk about this grueling non-league schedule for the Cajon Cowboys. We got Nick Rogers in the house. Coach, I know you love spending your days at track meets, but we're glad you came in studio with us today. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I need to get some AC. It's been getting hot out there.
Oh, the AC will go out any minute. It'll be 1,000 degrees in here. It feels great, though.
Right now it does, because either I come in here with a sweater, like full on, I'll put a hoodie on, like it gets cold in here, or it's too many dudes in one room and there's so much body heat and I'm like sweating. Right now it's nice. Like I can feel it.
Feels wonderful.
Even though like Greg and I are like basically touching. I'm like on Greg's back.
You guys
give me a piggyback ride. But it's gonna get hot in here. So NBA playoffs last night, Milwaukee beating the C's, beat the Celtics 97-86. So we are all even at 3 apiece in that Eastern Conference series. I still think Boston gets that last one because it is going back to Boston for Game 7. And tonight, Jeff, the series that we're keeping a close eye on because it's got your favorite team, the Utah Jazz. They're going to play Oklahoma City. It could be closing time for OKC if Utah can win on their home floor in Salt Lake City. I don't think it goes back to OKC. I think they do it tonight.
I hope they do. I hope the Thunder is done. I'm tired of the Carmelo, Paul George, Russell Westbrook experience. It didn't work. Get rid of him. Keep Westbrook. He's going to keep the Thunder relevant. But I think the Jazz and Mitchell, my rookie of the year, and Rudy Gobert. He looks. He plays. You know what he plays like?
Rudy Gobert?
Yeah.
Dikembe Mutombo.
Nope.
Manute Bol.
Nope.
I don't know.
He plays like the Eiffel Tower. It's about he's got no offensive game whatsoever, but can change shots, get rebounds, and play smart basketball.
Just protect the rim, right? Just stand there, put your hands up.
But they've got some good players. I think the Jazz will move on. I don't care too much about this Celtics-Bucks series, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
You know the Bucks coach isn't even going to get to keep his job?
He's just filling in for your former roommate, Jason Kidd, right?
He is just an intern. The guy did a great job after Jason Kidd left. And now he's going to get fired, and they're going to bring in somebody else. It bothers me a little bit. So I want the Celtics to beat him.
Jeff lived with Jason Kidd, for real.
And I wrote all his papers.
He was a good, you did all his homework, didn't you?
He's one of the dumbest human beings ever. He's not listening. Come on.
He's in Milwaukee. No, he's not. No. It was probably, where's his hometown?
I'm guessing.
Was he a Bay Area guy?
Yeah, he's a Bay Area guy.
Oakland?
He's an Oakland guy, but I think he might have a house here in L.A.
He's probably listening then.
He's probably
listening.
I'm
sure he is.
I'll get a phone call. Hey, you
maybe he's trolling you. Maybe you don't even know that. He's stalking you on social media. Be like, what happened to my old former roommate? What he's doing these days?
He's not a social media guy. No, but I did become friends with his ex-wife.
You did?
I did.
What does that mean?
I mean, I wasn't friendly, like making out with her or anything, but we were like friends. And they broke up, and I had to pick a friend. I kind of picked her. For
You and her?
Yeah, she was cute. She was nice. Yeah.
She's smarter than Jason.
Well, he used to slap her around a little bit, apparently. So, that's the word.
The word.
That's
allegedly, Jeff.
No, it wasn't allegedly.
Oh, he was convicted?
He didn't get arrested. It was before all this stuff that's going on. But yeah, Jason Kidd.
What does Jeff know over here that we
I know.
don't know?
No, it was all over the news. We can Google it. You can Google it. But no, I don't care about the Bucks. I do want the Jazz to win, and Cleveland, who cares?
I'm gonna make a bold prediction right now on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE.
Are you making a bold one?
I think the Jazz, the Raptors, and the Cavaliers all close out their series tonight. They're all up 3-2. They're all on their home floor. I think it's all over tonight.
You really aren't the Cavaliers? No, the Cavaliers are at Indiana, aren't they?
I believe they're home tonight, aren't they? They're the 4 seed.
No,
tonight's Game 6.
They're not. They would be Game 7. They get the home game for Game 7.
Isn't it 2-2, 1-1-1?
Yes, and Indiana's playing at home. I'm looking at it right here.
Wait, Cleveland was the 4. They were the higher seed.
Yeah, they get Game 7. We're in Game 6.
Oh, that's right. My math is off. You're right.
Yeah, they're going to lose tonight. It's going to go Game 7.
They're going to win.
No way. You're crazy. They're not going to beat them in.
No, LeBron's riding that wave of momentum.
LeBron. Get out of here.
Cavs, Raptors, Jazz all finish it off tonight.
Nope.
That's what I'm going to say.
You're crazy.
Cleveland is on the clock. The Browns have the 33rd pick in the NFL draft. It would be the first one in the second round. We're going to have it live here on the show. And when we come back, we're going to talk Cajon football as well. I love the Cowboys non-league schedule. I'm licking my chops. I love this schedule. I had to look up Helix a little bit. I knew they were good. They're really good. We're going to talk to Coach Rogers about that. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Yeah, thank God it's Friday.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajon, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
What do you mean the way I talk? What? It's just, you know, you're just funny. It's you know, the way you tell the story and everything. Funny how? I mean, what's funny about it?
Tom, you know, you got it all wrong.
Oh, Anthony. He's a big boy. He knows what he said. What'd you say?
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Hey, Jeff, are you watching the draft over there?
Yes, I am,
because
Pep.
You are at the NFL Draft Update desk here on the Inland Sports Show, so you can't miss any of the picks.
Whatever the hell that means, I got it.
You got it.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment's brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Listen, every 3,000, 5,000 miles, get in there. You don't want to break down on the 91, the 10, the 15, the 60. They're all a mess out there right now. Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. He's a dear friend of the show. He's got a fantastic beard. Jeff, I know you appreciate it because you're a big Game of Thrones guy.
I am.
Nick Rogers, the head football coach at Cajon High School. He doesn't know us. We're probably going to keep him around for a long time. We're going to keep him in studio, talk a lot of football today. But I was texting with him, Jeff, to get his non-league schedule, and it's absolutely grueling. We mentioned it yesterday on the show. Now we got him in studio today. Real quick, his non-league looks like this. Home for Helix from San Diego, and we'll get into how good these guys actually are. Then Paloma Valley, at Marietta Valley, at Oak Hills, and then home for Heritage.
I mean, Marietta Valley with Hank Bachmeyer.
That's right.
I love saying
Hank
that
versus Jaden. It's a rematch that you guys did last year at Valley College.
Yeah, that was a good one. Shootout.
So, Coach, when you look at these games, did it kind of just come together like piece by piece, or did you say, you know what, I'm going to go out there and find the craziest non-league schedule I could ever put together?
You know, the kids kind of came to me and wanted, a step up challenge. So, going through, asking some teams and getting shot down here and there. But, we settled on a few of these. excited to see what happens with them.
Now, some of these are home and homes. Like you played Paloma last year. You played Murrieta Valley last year. But Oak Hills, Heritage, right? Those are new ones?
Yeah, those three. The three, Helix, Oak Hills, and Heritage are all new.
So Heritage, that's a team you saw in the CIF semifinals a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it didn't work out too well for us there. So, they were real tough. One thing we kind of learned last year up in the state game, we needed to see some physical teams. So that was kind of when we were scheduling, looking to find those teams that are going to kind of get up, in your face and smash your face a little bit. So that's where the Heritage and Oak Hills has that.
That's another big physical team, right?
Yeah, they got a big offensive line they got up there, and they do a good job coaching. And Helix is going to be, in that same kind of mold. They'll run around you and run through you. So.
Yeah, going back to Helix, they're a San Diego powerhouse, and I knew that. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to look up what they did last year anyways, just to kind of see what they were all about. So they won the Open Division in the San Diego section, the Open Division. And then they went to the state finals in Division I AA. So this is not some like, they have a good year every now and then. No, this is one of the top teams in the entire state, and that's how you open up your season, which is a week earlier now. So August 17th, you're going to see Helix. How did that matchup come about, Coach? Because you said you ran into them in Sacramento at the state championships, but the actual scheduling came later.
Yeah. We finished up our game last year at Sarah as we were leaving the stadium. They were coming out, so we got a chance to kind of see them, and they are some large individuals over there. So, through it, we're just trying to you put out your requests for games, trying to find someone that would want to play you, and somebody that you would like to play as well. So they were one of the teams that stepped up, and we took the challenge, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the better teams have a hard time scheduling. We talked to Matt Logan at Centennial quite a bit, and he says it's like pulling teeth. They have to look across the state, across the nation to find teams that want to play them, especially if they're bringing them to Corona. I feel like now that you guys have emerged as one of the top programs around, I'm sure Helix has the same problem. You guys have to get together because no one else wants to play you guys.
Yeah, that was one of our discussions, just because it's a little bit more of a drive for each team. So. But once again, it's just trying to find someone that will actually play, that wants to take the on challenge, and obviously we still want to challenge ourselves too. So I think it's a good matchup. We're excited for it.
Now, is the first question everybody asked you prior to doing the schedule is, hey, is that Jaden Daniels still playing for you?
It's funny you say that because we have had teams that said we'll talk after next year when he's gone.
Once he graduates.
Yeah, no, we have teams that wouldn't play us this year until he graduates. So it's one of those deals. We take it.
He's hard to keep up with because he's taking all these visits, and I love the visits. They do all the special photo edits, and they put him in uniforms, and they do all these things that make him feel welcome and loved. And hey, we want you to be part of the program. You're his head coach. Do you have a hard time keeping track of him too?
Yeah, he's in Cal right now.
Is
so
he?
Yeah, he left early from school today and made that flight up to Cal Berkeley. So he's making the rounds, doing it all, and he's Hollywood.
I feel like recruiting a big time recruit like Jaden Daniels is like that TV show The Bachelor, because the guy will go out with the girl and he makes her feel like she's the only one in the world and they're so special, and then the next night he's got a new date with a different girl, and then Jaden Daniels is going from weekend to weekend to different programs, and I'm sure every visit's wonderful, and he has a great conversation with the coaches, and coaches probably think man, we've really got along. I think this might work out. This feels great, and then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Jeff?
Yeah, but I don't think Jaden Daniels is making out with Nick Saban.
You don't?
I don't think that's happening. But yeah,
who's at Cal now? Is it Sonny Dukes or who's up there now?
No, he's gone. I honestly don't know. It was his first year was last year. I think.
Who is it? All right, one of our producers. Who's the Cal football coach?
I was the Cal basketball guy, but I don't know anything about their football squad.
Well, they're all in the. Was it Willie Taggart? Is he at Oregon? He's at Florida. I can't even keep up with all these guys.
Now,
who? Justin Wilcox?
Yeah.
Okay,
sure. He's a DC, so yeah.
Okay.
I think
so they got bumped up?
Yeah, Sonny Dykes, he got fired. I think he's down at SMU.
Is he really?
I think so. I may be just making this up. So.
It's a hard life being a college football coach.
Now, being a fanboy of coaches and college sports, I'm sure you're somewhat of a fanboy. What's it like when you see a guy come on your campus that's somebody you looked up to as a coach? I mean, who's the big names that have walked on your campus? Because you've had the best players in the country. Who's been the one that you kind of look back, you go, oh, this person's sitting right next to me?
Like a big-time coach sitting in your office at Cajon High School.
Yeah, we had quite a list come through last year, and this year's going to be, even bigger, I think, just with some of the names that we have coming this year. But, Herm Edwards was kind of a big one, having him down there. Just, seeing him on TV in the NFL, and Lincoln Riley, and Jimbo Fisher, those guys. It was, pretty exciting to see some of the.
That's pretty impressive. And they're coming to you. I mean, and then Herm Edwards, who obviously, we saw him on TV. He was the NFL head coach, and then they're sitting in your office asking you about your guys. I mean, is it kind of surreal? Like, is this really happening?
We had one where, I get a call from the office that a coach is here, and they send him over. They said, we're going to send him over, just some coach. And I go walking out, it's Chip Kelly. And I'm like, this isn't just some guy. We got to treat him a little bit better here. He's out walking the campus.
Oh, there's Chip Kelly. But he's the UCLA head coach. Oh, by the way, he's here.
He looks lost. He's standing by the pool, doesn't know where he's going. Hey, Coach, Chip. Coach Kelly.
Oh, my gosh. We got Nick Rogers, head football coach at Cajon High School here on the Inland Sports Show. Jeff, any news on the Browns? I know everyone's gripped by the suspense of the Cleveland Browns right now.
3.5 minutes until their pick. They are on the clock.
So they are on the clock.
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah. It can be any time.
So when the pick is in, it actually says on the screen, the pick is in.
I've got a phone. I got a computer. I'm ready.
All right.
Nothing more.
We need the bell, though.
I don't know.
Coach, yesterday we had this bell, and Jeff blinged it out. It had like pink bedazzled stones on it, and he'd ring the bell every time there was a pick.
I've been known to bedazzle quite a bit.
Ooh, and the AC just kicked back on. Did you feel that?
The pick is in.
It's in. But Roger Goodell takes his sweet time walking up to the podium.
He doesn't do day two. He's big time. He only gets booed the first day. No, they just have dignitaries, different people. So maybe Bernie Kosar.
Ernest Biner,
Bernie Kosar.
Eric Metcalf with the 33rd. I don't know who it's going to be.
Wasn't one of the Sharp brothers played for the Browns?
I don't think so.
No. Tells you how much I know.
You must be thinking of Webster Slaughter, right? I'm just dropping like some random Browns names I can come up with here. But when you have the pick, let us know. Coach, you've had some players go through Cajon High School. I mean, even last year, DeMonte Casey from Cajon. What's that like when you see a guy who you see him at the high school level and they put in the hard work, and in Casey's case at San Diego State, and then you get to see them fulfill a dream of making it to the NFL? Is that pretty special?
Yeah, real special. And for him, he was a funny kid, because in high school, it was really, he was out there. He was bouncing around all over the place. And now when you talk to him, the maturity.
He's all buttoned up now, huh?
Oh, he is. They did a good job over at San Diego State. He's very polished now. And it's pretty impressive just kind of watching them grow up in that respect. But yeah, he's playing well, and excited to see what he does this year.
And a good family, too. I believe Walter's a sheriff or in the sheriff's department or something like that.
He got in. I want to say he's working out at the jail. Or in probation, something.
Yeah,
he's doing good. They were a fun family to have around. And
you need some more Caseys going through the program, right?
No kidding. They got a couple of young ones coming through here.
You can just hold on long enough, right?
I got to wait for Walt's kid and make sure they come my way.
Do you do the 7-on-7 thing? Do you have like stuff coming up, and you excited about that?
No, yeah.
Break out the big straw hat and go stand out in 100 degrees.
It's just a perfect. That's how I want to spend my Saturdays. But it's kind of a necessary evil now, so we do it. We signed up. I think we're gonna be in 3 tournaments, and most are. I'm looking to find teams that want to do after school one day, go through and just play a team. It always comes down to transportation, all that kind of stuff, getting them out there.
That's the hardest part, right? You don't have them on campus. Like, it's summer, they're all at home. You got to somehow get them to school and then get them to wherever you're going. And
I've learned to dial back a little bit on it because they now that they got these 7-on-7 teams and everything, I stay out of the hair during that time. So they go out and do that.
Because during the spring, they're all over the place, right?
Yeah, they're all over. I can't keep up with them, so I stopped even trying. I just wait on. All right, let them finish that up. And
when you're done, let me know.
Yeah. So
you're hanging out at track meets. They're doing the 7-on-7.
Yeah. I gotta make sure the hurdles are up.
Yeah. What's up with the Browns? Why are they just taking their time?
They're taking
forever. It's not like it's a big pick or anything. It's just number 33.
Who knows? Maybe Ozzie Newsome sitting in the back.
What's the most random Cleveland Browns name you can come up with? I think that's what's happening right now.
I don't know. It says the pick is in. I'm watching it. It's taking forever.
Wait for your number to come up. Because I think let's do one pick here in the NFL draft, and we'll take a break. We'll come back. We're gonna have more with Nick Rogers. We'll have more on the NFL draft as well. I'm just curious who the Cleveland Browns go at number 33 because they're also at 35, so they got 2 of the first 3 picks here in the second round, and Lord knows they need them. Jeff, we were talking about the fact, and Coach, what do you think about this? Jeff has a theory that they should have taken Saquon Barkley at number 1 for the simple fact that even at number 4 overall, Rosen, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, at least 2 of them would still be around at 4. You'd get a running back and a quarterback.
And I honestly think that they wouldn't have been around at 2 because I think that they would have taken the
You
first.
think Chubb would have went
I think Chubb would have gone 2 just because they said they were going to put all their eggs in Eli Manning for the next couple of years. You can't just change it right away. That would have changed the entire dynamic of the draft.
I know you're setting up hurdles, but if you were watching the draft last night, I mean, how would you kind of maybe approach it?
I said the same thing. So just, for the record, we were in the same boat. To me, Barkley's a can't-miss guy. So he obviously, and you look at what the running backs are, they talk about their value in the pro game, but, Ezekiel Elliott, he made Dak Prescott look a lot better when he was around than when he wasn't around. So, you have a tendency these running backs come in and make these quarterbacks look pretty good, too. So
we do have the pick. It is Austin Corbett, the offensive guard out of Nevada, 6'4", 306 pounds.
We could ask our guy John Ramey about him, the voice of the Nevada Wolfpack football team.
Well, maybe he'll give us a call.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
But remember, we were talking about before off the top of the show that if Cleveland was going to try to save Baker Mayfield, they'd bulk up that offensive line. So maybe that's exactly what they're doing here is trying to give him some protection up front. Coach, I don't know if you were listening to the show on the way in, but there was a Cleveland radio host that said, I am so sure that Sam Darnold is going number 1, that Baker Mayfield's not going number 1. I will eat horse poop live on the air. And, of course, Baker went number 1, and now he's going to be eating horse poop live on the air in Cleveland. That's how much they love the Browns.
That's why he's in Cleveland doing sports radio. That's why he's not in Southern California, because you do that in Southern California, they send you to Cleveland.
Well, we don't care. Like, the only thing we care about is, like, how big are the waves? What's the surf like? What time's sunset? Is there a big concert in town this weekend? What's the movie premiere? Like, they have nothing going on in Cleveland.
If the Rams don't draft Jared Goff, I'm going to eat sushi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm so mad I might eat meat. I'm not going to put down the quinoa, and I'll actually eat real meat. That's how mad I am.
Pansy.
All right, we come back here. We'll talk more NFL draft and Cajon Cowboys football with head coach Nick Rogers. You're listening to your favorite show. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Yeah, thank God it's Friday.
How you guys doing? Coach Ray here from Boost Training. We're here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip, we're going to get football specific with the 40-yard dash dance. Come check it out. Okay, so first things first, we're going to establish Andrew's footing. All right, now, he has his left foot up in his 40 stance, so what we're going to do is he's going to take his left foot, his left toe, and he's going to bring it back to his right heel. All right, now he's going to take his right toe and bring it to his left heel. All right, next he's going to take that right foot, he's going to bring it about hip width. Now, depending on if you're a skilled player, receiver, DB, or if you're a lineman, a bigger guy like Andrew is here, you may want to go a little bit wider, all right, because they usually have bigger thighs here. So he's going to go a little bit wider hip width. Now he's going to take that right toe, he's going to move it back about 4 to 6 inches. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now he's going to take his right hand, he's going to place it right behind the line. He's going to take his left hand and place it right above the line. All right, now he's going to dig his feet in, get his footing. We want to really load the hips, knees, and ankles here. And what we're looking for is a deep bend in the ankles and a nice angle with the shins here. We want to try to keep that shin nice, almost parallel to the floor. So what's going to happen, he's going to keep his nose to his knee. He's going to stay nice and low. When I say set, Andrew's going to bring that left arm higher than his hip. He's going to slightly elevate his hips, higher than his knees. Now, you never want to hold your 40 stance any longer than about 3 seconds. So it's going to be very quick, all right? Here we go. Set. Go. There you have it, 40-yard dash stance.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajon, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Bosses. 8, Bob. So that means that when I make a mistake, I have 8 different people coming by to tell me about it.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Talking Cleveland Browns all the time. I feel like the last 2 days, Jeff, that's all we've been talking about is the Cleveland Browns. We haven't talked about them all year, and then all of a sudden it's all Browns all the time.
Well, they got one more pick today. I'm tired of talking about the Browns.
They still have one more? Because they just picked twice. Who was the second guy they took at 35?
They picked Nick Chubb, the great running back out of Georgia. And then Will Hernandez was picked by the New York Giants, the offensive guard out of UTEP.
Protect Eli Manning. Open up some holes for Saquon Barkley.
Yes, but they have let's see here. They have the 64th pick or the 32nd pick in the second round. So they got the last pick of the second round.
Cleveland does?
Yes.
Going to strike gold again.
I'm tired of talking about them. Well, how about those Rams?
Third round, right?
Damn it.
Was it number 87, I want to say?
87?
Yeah, but you got Jared Goff. You can't whine about it.
Jack Skellington as a quarterback. I love it. But, yeah, they're 87.
It doesn't matter. They're already loaded. They spent the offseason signing a bunch of guys. They're fine. The draft means nothing to them.
They're already sizing their rings, man.
He said slow your roll just a little bit.
No way, man. World champions.
Well, the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by our good friends at Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. From lacrosse to golf to football, of course, baseball, athletes of all levels. Go check out Ray Bass at Boost Performance Training. The website is boosttrainingsystems.com. And make sure you follow them on Instagram and Twitter. So we are following the NFL draft here on the Inland Sports Show, but also talking Cajon football because I was texting with Coach Rogers over here about that non-league schedule. It's absolutely brutal, but exciting. As a football fan, Coach, you're probably, when you're in the teeth of that schedule, you won't be as excited as like myself, who enjoys some great games like that. But going into a schedule like that, I know some coaches have the philosophy, hey, let's look good. Let's look 5-0 going into the league. And then some coaches, for example, I know like Kurt Bruick, for example, he'd play like St. Bonaventure or someone crazy. They'd limp into league like 2-3 or 3-2, but, he'd feel like he was better off for it doing something like that. You're going to see Kurt Bruick now at Citrus Valley. Do you have a philosophy about the non-league, or is it just kind of how it unfolds in front of you?
Yeah, it's kind of, it is what it is now. It's tough to find games. It's really hard, in the new system that they've got with the competitive equity. It's tough to find football games and people that are willing to play, because now, the preseason before didn't really matter much. It was what you did in league. Now that preseason matters, because it's going to factor into your overall record when it comes into what division you're in and everything else. So people are looking to definitely pad those non-league schedules.
And speaking of that, so as the CIF Southern Section Division 4 champion, you guys will at least be Division 3 next year, right?
Yeah. I mean,
maybe even Division 2?
I've heard of either way. So we'll see. I don't know. You don't even know when they come out?
Probably soon, right? I would think before the end of the school year.
Yeah.
So maybe by the end of May, first week of June, I would think those playoff divisions would come back. My personal thinking is, so Rancho Verde wins Division 3, so they're going up to Division 2. You guys hammered Rancho Verde. We love Coach Steinberg and everything. He's at Beaumont now.
He made him leave.
Oh, he ran.
Sent him all the way to Beaumont.
Come on, Jeff. But you guys beat Rancho Verde handily in that SoCal regional game. It's like, well, okay, if Rancho Verde's D2 and Cajon did them like that, maybe Cajon would be in Division 2 with, who else is in there? Norco, I think Redlands East Valley. Yeah. I think Great Oak was the Division 2 school. Heritage, of course. So Division 2's got a lot of like Inland Empire schools in there, but so you have no inside knowledge. You have to wait like the rest of us.
If you look at it that way, then they'd move us up in Division 2. I don't think that's how it is. I think it's more so by the numbers and certain things. So I know going to the state game is going to bump us up significantly, but we back it up the year before with the 7-4 out in the first round.
That's the thing. They take the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So I'm not. I don't think they'll look at it just saying, okay, you beat the Division 3 champion and you should bump up. But you know what? We'll see. We'll see.
What was that trip to the state championship like, and what did you learn from it? If you guys get an opportunity to go back and play for another state title, that you could maybe, I don't know, have a do-over, do something differently.
Well, the one thing with that is it's now back down south. So the travel stuff.
Cerritos, right? Or is it Citrus? Or Cerritos? It's one of the two, yeah.
But the travel thing's kind of a nightmare, just trying to get everything planned and everything. So you end up trying to split your time between obviously coaching, but also setting up your arrangements because you got, less than a week to figure it out.
And how many kids do you have on the team? Like 80?
No, we carry 60. Yeah,
60. But still 60.
Yeah, it's
coaches and family members are hanging on, and
it's not. It was a good experience for the kids, but man, it's a little taxing on you.
And you guys, you went up there the day of, didn't you, or the morning of?
Yeah, we went up the morning of. We flew up and then we took a bus back. So
it was a quick turnaround.
Yeah, why not? You know,
Cajon kids are tough, so
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's no big shake, right?
Yeah.
We're talking with Nick Rogers, the head football coach at Cajon High School. Do we need to go back to the Inland Sports NFL Draft Update desk, Jeff?
2 picks were picked within a minute of each other, both with the Colts.
Colts don't mess around, man. They've got a plan.
They got the 4th pick of the second round, went to Darius Leonard out of South Carolina State, the outside linebacker. And then with the 37th pick, 5th overall in the second round, Braden Smith, the offensive guard out of Auburn.
And they took, I think it was Quentin Nelson, right? The offensive lineman out of Notre Dame. They're saying like he could be a future Hall of Famer. Like he's that good.
They need to protect their man.
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck's neck's his head will fall right off his shoulders.
He might.
If he doesn't get an
like
offensive
a Pez,
line.
man. You can just pull it right back. I mean, it's bad.
He's like a Pez dispenser.
Who's the other guy? Jacoby Brissett, right? The former Patriots quarterback was the guy starting a lot of games over there.
Yes.
Coach Rogers, do you have an NFL team?
Yeah.
Who's your team?
I'm a Raider fan.
Oh, the Raiders!
The Raiders.
Go ahead, cue up that the Raiders song over here. Yeah, so I just saw Sharice Wright last night, and it was a blend of Raider fans and Colton High School fans. Yeah, there he is right there. We got Raider stuff going up in the studio, but it was just funny that having Raider and Colton fans all together. I think they're all the same, actually. If you live in Colton, you're a Raider fan. But to see them, and I was talking to Sharice Wright last night at his little meet and greet signing at Buffalo Wild Wings, and as I was interviewing him, the Raiders were making their first round pick, so the place just went nuts, and it was super loud. We had to stop the interview and then continue it when they were done because, one, it was the Raiders, but the guy they picked from UCLA, his first name was Colton. They didn't care that he was good, but his name was Colton. They're like, yeah, Colton. So, you Raider fans, man. Do you like Derek Carr?
Yeah. Gotta like him. Raider fan.
I mean, because they've got a good young nucleus, right? I mean, this is a Raiders team that, at least on paper, I feel like they're going to be competing for a long time.
Well, that's the one issue. On paper, you got young guys there and in the right spots. The bad thing is their contracts are coming up, and now you got to pay them. So that'll change the dynamic.
And that's interesting because it might coincide with the move to Las Vegas. It's like, are they going to be trying to cut corners and save some money because they're over budget on the stadium? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many factors here with the move to Las Vegas and trying to re-sign their star players. Yes, Jeff.
The Buccaneers.
Love the Buccaneers.
In the 6th pick of the second round, select USC running back Ronald Jones.
Hey, there you go.
There's a local guy. Like you said, a lot of packed 12 guys went yesterday.
Got a lot of UCLA guys. For not having a really good year at UCLA, they had a lot of guys go in the first round. So Tampa Bay got rid of, I think his name was the Muscle Hamster, right? Doug Martin. They called him Muscle Hamster. Yes. So now they got Ronald Jones to tote the rock there for Tampa Bay. And it was good he left USC early because now our guy Stephen Carr out of Summit High School is going to be that premier back at USC now. Did you guys ever play him, Coach?
No, but
did you stay away from him?
Yeah, I've seen him though. He was a man among boys there.
Yeah, so something about those Summit running backs. They had Jamal Williams not too long ago, who's now with the Green Bay Packers, and of course Kenny Clark out there. So there's been some great players come through that Summit program as well, including that running back. Do you think the Raiders are a playoff team? Are they a Super Bowl contender going into next year?
If Carr can stay upright, they are. They got to catch footballs. They dropped way too many passes last year. So if they can fix those two things, we'll see. We'll see if this John Gruden experiment works out.
Yeah, what do you think about Gruden? He's coming back for his second tour with the Raiders. He's obviously he says all the right things. He scowls. Everybody loves him. Greg down here is the biggest Raider fan I know. He loves John Gruden. I mean, are you in love with John Gruden like everybody else is?
No, not like that. No, it's exciting for them, to have him, and he's obviously a personality, but he's been away from the game for quite some time, and I don't know.
Yeah, that was my next.
The game's changed a little bit.
It has,
and he's goes against a lot of things that I like. So.
Yeah, that was my next.
Well, you
question.
should be coaching the Raiders then.
Well, no,
Raiders.
Yeah.
Tell Rich Imbriani you need a new huge contract to keep you at Cajon.
Give me the money and I'll stay there. Yeah, that's fine.
So do you think the game has changed that much since he coached? Because honestly, he's around the game, but it's a whole different ballgame when you're
as an analyst, he's not coming up with game plans. He's kind of breaking down the game plans of other teams.
Yeah, I think too that they're the college game is starting to really transition into the pro game a lot. Most of the snaps now are even in shotgun, even though they're not the true spread and that everyone kind of talks about. So, and he's anti all that. So that's where it's going to be interesting. You got a guy like Carr in there that's used to whipping it around from college, and that going back to the Cleveland stuff with Baker Mayfield. If you try to put him in a conventional offense, I think he's going to struggle. But if you allow him to kind of do what they've been trained to do for the last 8, 10, 12 years, maybe build a team or build their scheme around him, and you may have something special.
It's almost like freestyle football. We're kind of going to that because they're such good athletes now. I mean, these quarterbacks, they're not your prototypical 6'4", 6'5" guy that can take a 2-step back and not very mobile. There's
like a Russell Wilson. You know what I mean? He kind of broke the mold.
Yeah, they're all triple threats.
6 foot, and he can roll out. And in fact, a lot of these guys, they don't even sit in the pocket. They roll them out and then let them create something like that. And
do you see the quarterback going to the triple threat more so than the old school John Elway type guys?
The problem is to me the NFL is kind of a cookie cutter league, so it's gonna they're against running the quarterbacks because they're a premium paid player, so.
And they're gonna die if they run.
Yeah, so that's the theory in it, but you know what, they've been taking hits all the time, and they can slide, they can do. The quarterbacks are protected, so it's just gonna take somebody to actually physically do it, and I think you'll see a change in the game then. But other than that, it's gonna stay basic. The same stuff we've been seeing, because what you see from one team, you're going to see from the next. And until someone does something a little bit different, you saw that with the Eagles last year, right? A little bit different offensively, and they had a lot of success from it.
If you were the Raiders GM, what do you think their needs are in this draft? As a Raider fan, you're like, you know what? If they had another receiver for Carr, if they could protect him better, or that secondary looked weak. I mean, what would your needs be if you're the Raiders GM?
To me, I'm going to say things that it's probably illegal to say, so I don't even know.
Close your ears, Greg. As a Raider fan, hold on.
The days of and I think a lot of teams reached this year on their quarterbacks. I don't know if they were all first round guys, but I think that you have to have that first round quarterback now is kind of overrated. You look at the guys that were in essentially the Final Four last year. Case Keenum and Blake Bortles, and some guys that they're not. Top 5, top 10 quarterbacks in the league.
No.
And they're making it all the way out there. I mean, Nick Foles wins the Super Bowl. The only one that had that pedigree was Tom Brady. And so I think playing good defense is obviously still the key. And so I think the Raiders, if they're smart, they would stockpile up on the defense.
So the way you'd like to see the Raiders play, does that translate at all to Cajon High School? You're like, you know what? We're going to be defense. Or is it different?
I'm on the
from the fan and the coach,
he's going to outscore them. My defense is outscoring you. That's my offense.
Yeah, see, and then you get to the high school game, then you kind of get into, with the Centennials. They're just going to score more than you. So
whoever has the ball last,
it is going to, they put up a lot of points. So, and that's the best friend of a high school, defense is scoring points on offense. So we're going to, Darren Jones and Jaden Daniels will stay on offense.
You tell those guys sometimes, they'll pop off like 60, 70-yard play. You're like, can you stay on the field just a little bit longer? How about these long, sustaining drives, some first downs, and take your time going down the field?
That's the kiss of death is long drives, because high school kids, they'll mess it up at some point. So, that's why I tell them, just make them take snaps. They'll mess up eventually.
But it worked out well enough last year for you guys, a CIF championship. It was the first in 30 years, wasn't it?
Yeah, first since 1987.
How special was that, just to bring one back to a school that you played for?
Yeah, it was definitely something that was real special for us and myself. Being an alumni of the school, and we got several coaches that are alumni, and get to celebrate that with our athletic director, which was my coach, Rich Imbriani.
Was he the head coach when you played?
Yeah,
was he really?
Yeah. So. It was a special moment there, and you got we got alumni calling from all over the nation, wishing us luck and congratulating and all that good stuff. So it was definitely fun.
We got Nick Rogers here, the Cajon High School head football coach on the Inland Sports Show. Jeff, let's do one more pick, and then we're going to send it to another break here.
You got it. With the 7th pick of the second round, the Chicago Bears have drafted James Daniels, the center out of Iowa.
A lot of offensive linemen here.
That's what
early in the
everybody
second round.
needs. They got to protect these quarterbacks that they're spending all this money on, for gosh sakes.
Not as glamorous as when we did the draft picks yesterday when Baker Mayfield was going off the board and Saquon Barkley and Sam Darnold. Not as glamorous as yesterday, but the second round could really actually be pretty fruitful if you're getting these big offensive linemen that can, again, pave the way for a big-time running back, or at least protect your quarterback and give him some time to make some plays here. So.
They definitely need, Trubisky? Is that the guy?
Mitch Trubisky,
yeah,
the Bears?
The Bears.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be. I don't know if he's the guy. I don't know if I'm sold on him. But again, I'm not a Bears fan. I don't watch him week in and week out.
No, me either. Yeah.
You're a Rams fan. You're already sizing your Super Bowl. Right?
I'm a Rams fan and a Chargers fan.
You gonna bail out Sue and Aqib Talib when they get in trouble? Or are you gonna go down to the
damn right
down to the pokey and bail them out, or what?
I have about $12 I can help them out with. That's about it.
All right, we'll talk more NFL draft and Cajon Cowboy football when we come back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
How you guys doing today? Ray Bass here from Boost Training. I'm here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip is all about speed. We're talking about the weighted sled push. Come check it out. So when it comes to the weighted sled sprint, it's all about strength endurance. More specifically, building strength within the hips, the knees, and the calves. All right? So whatever sport you play, if you got to be strong and fast, sled sprints are for you. So I'm going to have Sawyer go ahead and get his hand placement right. We're going to get his hand about mid-height on that bar. He's going to back his feet out. He's going to bend his elbows and really get in the prowler here. Okay, so what I'm looking for here, when I say go, he's going to drive his knees very powerfully, and he wants to apply as much force against the ground as he can. That's what it's all about, how much force we can apply against the ground. All right, so ready, set, go. So there you have it, the weighted sled sprint. If you're not doing it, then you definitely want to add it to your regimen to get strong and fast, and we're doing right here at Boost.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Before we jump back into the NFL draft and talking football here with Cajon head football coach Nick Rogers, we got breaking news on the Inland Sports Show, and this is a piece of history here because we've had Gary Adcock, the skipper at Cal Baptist University, on this show a bunch of times, and a lot of the conversation, Jeff, has been who would be the very first CBU baseball player to make it to the major leagues, and we finally have our answer. In fact, he did our show. It is going to be Trevor Oakes getting the start for the Kansas City Royals against the Chicago White Sox tomorrow. So congratulations to Trevor Oakes. In fact, Jeff, we had him on the show during spring training. Remember, we asked him about playing the piano for the Dodgers.
That's
when he
right.
was with the Dodgers traded him to Kansas City. But when he was with the Dodgers, Dave Roberts had him play the piano inside the Dodgers clubhouse at spring training.
And he was really high on their list last year. Just, he had some issues, some arm issues. But, yeah, I bet Coach Adcock and Cal Baptist is going crazy. Adcock said the first guy that was going to play, he was going to try to get out and watch him. But they're getting ready here. They're off until.
No, they don't play till like next Tuesday.
Yeah, till next Tuesday.
CBU has the weekend off.
Yes, maybe.
Coach Adcock, you better go book your flight. Are you trying to book him right now?
Yeah, of course I am.
That's pretty cool. That's a special moment for not only the CBU program, but also Trevor Oakes, who went to Woodcrest Christian High School and then Cal Baptist University. Yeah. And what a special day. His sister, Tessa, stud volleyball player out there at CBU, too. So pretty special moment for the Cal Baptist University baseball team.
We've had 2 picks in the last 10 minutes.
Two?
Are
they household names? Or are you going to say some names? And I'm like, who is this guy?
I'm just going to say it real fast. Second round, 8th pick goes to Denver, Cortland Sutton.
That's exactly
out of SMU, the wide receiver.
That's right.
And then the Titans selected Harold Landry, the outside linebacker out of Boston College. Don't know anything about either one of those guys.
But you know what? We're going to keep an eye because there are some guys from the Inland Empire that could be selected. I don't know if they're Friday night guys. I think they're Saturday guys. We're talking about Kylie Fitz, Rev Utah. We're talking about Marcus Ball out of JW North, the Ohio State tight end. A couple Centennial guys, Vianney Talamaivao, Garrett Hughes once again. So we'll keep an eye on those guys. Probably Saturday, I would say, maybe 5th, 6th, 7th round guys. And again, sometimes it might be better off to not get selected in the 6th or 7th round and just go as an undrafted free agent. Maybe you have several offers that you can pick from to sign with. So we'll see how that kind of unfolds. Coach, we've had some Cajon guys make it to the NFL. Do you offer any advice? Do you just lend them support, encouragement? Hey, awesome to see you make it this far. Continue doing what you're doing. I mean, how does that work out with like DeMonte Casey? We had Sebastian Trifola a couple years ago as well. I mean, so Cajon's produced NFL guys.
Yeah, we had a nice little string here. Back-to-back years of getting a couple guys into the league, and we got a couple that in college, and we'll see what happens as their careers go on. But when I talk to those kids, the one thing I was making sure they understood was the word no, and they could turn people down, because the first thing both of them told me is, that people are asking for money.
Everyone comes out of the woodwork, right?
It does. And you hear from people you've never heard from in years, but I mean, they're smart kids. They're on top of it. I haven't had to do too much, and they still come around and see us, and they're good.
Well, we know about Jeremiah Martin. He's going to Texas A&M. Jaden Daniels, he's still have for one more year. He's got his senior year still coming up for the Cowboys. But who's a guy that's in college out of Cajon right now that we should keep an eye on? Like an Elijah Lilly? I mean, who else would be out there?
The exciting thing about Elijah Lilly this year is they're changing his position. They're moving over to offense now.
Really?
So, yeah. So that was last I heard. So he's still going to return kicks for him, but he's moving to receiver. He was playing DB for him the first 2 years. But he is electric with the ball in his hands.
Yes, he is.
They've kind of changed their offensive philosophy. They've been running a lot of the triple option, and now they're going to go to more of a spread set. So I'm excited to see what he does. It could be a breakout year for him, and we'll kind of see where he goes from there. We still have George Hicks up at Washington State.
That's right. Yeah,
he got a little bit of playing time last year as a true freshman. So we'll see what his second year looks like for himself.
I remember when the University of Redlands, they had those satellite camps. They always do in the summer, and Washington State was down last year, and Coach Leach wasn't down here, but the DC was, the defensive coordinator for Washington State. And when I asked him about George Hicks, he started glowing. Like he was in love with George Hicks. He loved everything about him. Sounds weird, but he loved his, the body, his size, physical. I mean, he loved everything about him, and he was really excited about George Hicks. Hopefully, he'll see some more playing time this year. He'll be his second year.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I mean, he's still young. He's still a young guy. You just had him at Cajon.
Yeah, no, he was all that for us, and now at the next level, he's out there competing day in and day out.
You got a pick? You look like you got a pick.
I was talking to Coach Adcock, and I are having a nice conversation.
Oh, you'd like to share? Or, I mean,
yes, he is
like a private text message, or
it's always private when I'm talking to my mini-me. He's at the airport right now. He's going to see Trevor Oakes. He's going to call in.
Is he really?
He is going to call in. Yeah, he's all excited. He said they have a couple days off, so he's gone. He said, I'm at the airport right now.
So the timing worked out perfect. Of all the season, I can't think of one weekend where CBU was probably not having a baseball series, and this was like the one weekend. Destiny. It was destiny, man. For the CBU Lancers, congratulations to Trevor Oakes. We're talking football here, the NFL Draft with Cajon Cowboys head coach Nick Rogers live in studio on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Coach, like the first round, especially the first couple of picks, and then I'm a Niner fan. Jeff likes the Rams. You like the Chargers. Who are your other teams?
No, just those two.
Oh, just those two?
Just those two.
In my book, you can't have more than one team.
Absolutely.
So
hey.
He's ridiculous.
He'll understand. Coach will understand why.
Why?
Georgia took my team, and she took him to St. Louis. So I had no team in Southern California. So I had to become a Charger fan.
You had to. He didn't have a choice.
Georgia dies. They bring back my team. I've got to be a Rams fan first, but I can't turn my back on the team that didn't leave me. And I still enjoy. I mean,
in fact, they came closer to you, Jeff. Just for you, they moved up a little bit closer.
You could always go down to Chargers games. It'd take you 5 minutes to get in, 5 minutes to get out. You go watch a game. It was fun. But now I have two teams.
The girl that broke your heart came back.
Yeah,
she did. Georgia. Yeah, you're damn right, man. Wendell, Tyler, Frank Corral, all my
guys.
Those are your guys. Those are my guys. And now
Vince Ferragamo.
Yeah, I don't even count the Rams as my team when they were in St. Louis because they weren't my team. I don't care about those Super Bowls.
Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce.
I like
Kurt Warner. Of course.
Marshall
Falk.
I liked him, but I didn't.
You're like, that's not my team.
That's not my team. You understand that, though, don't you, Coach? A little?
Oh, yeah, a little.
You're a Raider fan. They were here, they were gone. They were here, they're gone.
But I stayed with them. I stayed true to them.
Are you you'll be a Las Vegas fan too?
Yeah.
But man, Georgia tore my heart out. She was an evil, evil woman.
So you had to roll deep with Marion Butts, Stan Humphreys, Natron Means. Was Marion Butts your guy?
Natron Means was awesome.
Natron Means was awesome.
And then if you had Eric Bieniemy, he was about
Bieniemy.
He was about Kono size.
6'11". Coach, you're around football all the time, all week long, especially during football season practices and games and having to be around football constantly. Do you enjoy going home on a Saturday if you can and watching a little college football or NFL on Sunday, or you try to stay away from it?
I always try to make time for it, but you end up watching film from your next opponent and those things. So that, the bye week is always big, but then you end up going out and scouting another team. So I do watch college football a little more than the pro games.
Yeah,
to me it's a little bit more exciting for myself. But
now, who's your go-to college team?
I've changed. I've always been a UCLA guy myself. However, I find myself just watching offense. I just go, I'll flip on something that
so you're basically still working. What are they running?
Yeah, just kind of seeing. I'm not one of those guys too, because you get some of those coaches that'll see something on Saturday and they start putting it in their game.
Yep, on Monday.
Yeah, I'm not doing that, but definitely just kind of seeing some of these programs and how their tempo, their pace, and just seeing what they're doing offensively. It's kind of exciting.
Now I'm going to correlate it to run and gun basketball. That was what I liked to coach when I coached. Hey, run and shoot, score as many points.
If you get to 100, you're going to win.
Yeah, but I always based my offense based on the kids I had in my program. If I couldn't run and gun, we'd run something else. Are you ever in that sense? Or are you always going to run the spread or whatever you're going to run to score points, or is it based just on the kind of kids you have in your program?
Well, we're always probably going to still be in that same general set. We mixed in a couple of years ago. We had a pretty good fullback, and so we were in a little bit of 2-back set, but we were still 3 receiver sets. Rarely do we have a tight end and a fullback in the game. But once again, it comes down to everyone's doing 7-on-7. Everyone's doing that stuff. So you're getting kids coming in that are throwing the football, moving the ball around, receivers running in. That's what the kids want to play anyway. You line up in a double wing set, and then, you got kids all of a sudden not coming to Cajon. So it's part of what it is.
They go to North Vista.
They go to North Vista.
They go to Ken Baddorf.
or they go to Sarah and beat you.
Yeah.
That's ground and pound, right? I mean, there's a couple of them that's still out there, too. I remember when Citrus Hill won the Inland Division Championship. I believe it was the year that you saw Heritage in the semis.
Yeah, they didn't throw.
They didn't throw a single time in the championship game.
That was against North Vista. Remember, it was the quickest game ever. They didn't run at all. It was 3
against North Vista. I think that was the year before.
The year before, but they didn't.
Citrus Hill played Novi in a CIF title game.
Yeah, CIF title game.
That was like the Eastern Division.
Yes, and they didn't. Neither team threw the ball except North Vista had a shot to win it, and they threw the last 4 plays they passed. I'm like, hey, Baddorf, what are you doing? Yeah, Citrus Hill never runs or never passes.
And it worked.
It worked
for them,
yeah,
at least.
Very much.
That's a Division II school. You might see them.
Oh, yeah.
The Zomalt. Well, actually, just one Zomalt. They lost to Zomalt. The other Zomalt's at Orange Vista now. Coach, we appreciate the time. Thanks for putting up with us. We love talking football.
Always good coming in here.
I had to make sure that Cajon non-league schedule was correct. I saw it, and I'm like, this can't be right. I must have wrote it down wrong, maybe, because I do a lot of the voice dictation where, like, I say something into my phone, and it comes out as a text message, and I just send it. And sometimes I regret it because it doesn't come out the way I said it. I was like, well, maybe he said it wrong. Maybe it wasn't Helix. Maybe it was, whatever, Summit. I don't know, but I was like, oh, no, that's the real schedule. So it's going to be Helix, Paloma Valley, Murrieta Valley, Oak Hills, and finally Heritage. That's the one I'm excited about, that Heritage game. But I know they lost guys, but I don't know if they're growing in trees out there.
They just reload. They're never out of it. I'm sure they'll be tough.
Yeah, they'll have those giant linemen that just come out of the mountains of Menifee.
Feed them?
I told you what they do.
Romo-land out there? I have no idea.
Do you not listen to what I told you?
What do they feed them?
Well, I told you I live in Menifee, and everybody that has a farm has to put out a cow once a week. And then they send out the offensive linemen. They give them.
It's almost like a sacrifice.
It's
a
sacrifice.
Huge feast.
Yeah, they hunt it down. They eat it raw. That makes them kind of tough. Raw animals, and then that's why that offensive line is always so big.
I'm sure Coach Broach is like, that's not what we do.
It is too. Have you ever talked to Coach Broach? He's elusive. You can't even talk to him. He refuses to talk to anyone.
He doesn't like the media.
No,
he doesn't.
But his wife told me that. She listens all the time, and she said,
You don't know coaches, but you know all their wives. I think that's the trend that we're finding out on
You're
the show.
darn right. I was just trying to get a hold of Gary Adcock's wife.
Coach Rogers, we appreciate it. We're looking forward to seeing you soon. I'm going to be bugging you about the 7-on-7 stuff.
Sure.
Find out where you guys are going to be at. So. Got it. All right, we'll be back. More NFL draft and CBU baseball on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
AM. Again, a big thanks to Nick Rogers, the head football coach at Cajon High School. Jeff, he put up with us for an hour. He was in studio for an hour talking about that grueling non-league schedule, his Raiders, NFL draft, all the good stuff. We're brought to you by our friends over there at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. You'll be spoiled by great customer service and low prices, so hop in there, get your oil change, get the new wiper blades. Make sure, your tire pressure. It's so important. You got to make sure you have the correct pounds per square inch. Greg, did you know about that? Greg knows about that. I don't know if you know about that.
I don't.
Pounds per square inch. Usually about 35, depending on your car. Maybe closer to 40.
Very swirly over
Are you okay, Jeff?
Well,
Focus. We're brought to you by Spoiled.
I'm talking to my guy, and I gave him the wrong number. Hold on. Oh, there he is.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to have to apologize to him on the air.
Let's do this. Let's go to the Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change Celebrity Hotline. It's the great Gary Adcock. And, Coach, first off, Jeff would like to apologize.
Yeah, I gave you the wrong number, Coach.
I called the wrong number about 4 times, so I figured it out.
Yeah, I looked at it and I go, wait a second. That doesn't look right. Oh, yeah, I am a dummy. So, yeah, I apologize there, Coach.
I didn't think they canceled your show that quickly, buddy. I don't know what happened.
Well, we got Gary Adcock on the line. And, Coach, man, it's a banner day for the Cal Baptist University baseball program. We've been waiting for this day. Trevor Oaks will make his major league debut. Talk about the timing of this, because you actually don't have a weekend series. You can actually get out of town. In fact, you might already be out of town.
I am in Kansas City as we speak. We just landed. So, yeah, it worked out perfect. I have a little practice guilt. I'm missing practice, but I figure they can get it done without me. No problem. This is a very important day.
Well, we saw it on Twitter, like an hour ago or something like that. When did you find out, Coach, and how did you find out? Was Trevor able to deliver the news personally to you?
Yeah, I knew a little bit sooner, so I was able to make some travel arrangements, but I had promised secrecy, so I had kept to my word and just kind of planned the trip, waiting for the release.
Well, we're going inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling, with the skipper of the Lancers, the great Gary Adcock, as Trevor Oaks, former CBU hurler, is going to make his major league debut with the Kansas City Royals. Coach, we knew one of these guys, one of your CBU players in the minor leagues, someone was going to crack the major league level. Trevor Oaks is the first. He's probably not going to be the last. But how excited are you to see Trevor Oaks in a Kansas City uniform tomorrow as he takes the bump for the very first time?
Oh, I just got done texting him that I'm so excited. I know it's a big day for him, his family, but it goes beyond him, and I think he recognizes that he's carrying the banner for the program and for all the people that have come before and will come in the future. And so we couldn't be more proud of him, and I'm anxious to sit down in my seat and kind of enjoy it and watch him do his thing.
Has it been a mad dash for you and the Oaks family, I guess, scrambling to get flights, get hotel rooms, get tickets, just get to Kansas City and make sure you're there to see this historic moment for CBU?
Yeah, I don't know about his family. I'm sure I'll see them here. But for me, I was actually in Oakland doing some work myself, scouting our opponent next week. So I flew from Oakland to John Wayne, drove to LAX and LAX here. So it's been a little whirlwind for me too, but well worth it. And I'm just appreciative that I get a chance and opportunity to see it in person. Being blessed with the day off, the timing just worked perfectly.
Now, Coach, did he get you at least a good seat, or are you going to be sitting in the nosebleeds?
We haven't gotten that far yet. It's a 1 o'clock game in Kansas City, so I think there will be available seats, but that's probably the next thing on the checklist to figure out where the ticket's going to be.
Yeah, that'd be the worst. You go out there and they're like, sorry, it's sold out. It's a big game. White Sox and Royals.
Standing room only.
Yeah, I did tell my wife, I said, I don't think the 1 o'clock White Sox Royals game will be sold out.
I think you're probably safe.
So hopefully I'm okay there.
Coach, let me ask you this. So I'm sure if Trevor Oaks calls you, his name pops up on your cell phone. When you saw the call coming through, did it race through your mind that, this could be the call? You know what I mean? It's almost like your wife's pregnant, and here comes the call to go to the hospital. But did you see that call come through with his name on it, and did you think about that real quick?
Well, actually, I'm more of a stalker. You know, I text these guys all the time. I ask them when their next start is, and you know, I follow Adam Hopak, and he's in the bullpen. But I text Tyson and Garrett and Trevor because you know I have the minor league baseball package. I like listening to it and watching it. And he texted me back, and he goes, "Don't know yet. Something might be coming up."
Ooh.
And so then I put 2 and 2 together.
Now, when they get you on film during the game and they say, look, this is his college coach, Gary Adcock, if I see you cry, I'm going to make fun of you for the rest of your life.
Well, remember the TV ad's 30 pounds, so I probably will look a little bigger there. But no, there could be an emotional aspect to it. I mean, this is an exciting day. We've tracked our guys for so long, and I couldn't think of a better representative of our university, a strong Christian man who academically took care of business his time at CVU, and now he's getting to live his dream and perform athletically on this great stage.
Well, I was friends with Brad Pounders, and when Brooks made the major leagues, and Brad cried on the air, I called him up and made fun of him. So be real careful, Coach.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'd make fun of Mr. Pounders. He's a very large man. But you can make fun of me, though. You've got me by several inches.
Oh, Coach, I wouldn't make fun of you. Not to your face.
Yeah, exactly.
We got Gary Adcock on the line here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Again, former Cal Baptist star Trevor Oaks will make his major league debut for the Kansas City Royals coming up on Saturday. And like Coach alluded to, there's several Lancers doing very well. They're all pitchers, it seems like, in the minor leagues right now. Coach, have other people around the program reached out to you? I know the news is still kind of breaking about Trevor Oaks, but the fact that, hey, Coach, you know, congratulations to you, congratulations to the program, congratulations obviously to Trevor Oaks, but it really just speaks volumes of where this Lancer program is and where you guys are going, because you're sending guys, they're drafted, you're sending them to the pros, and guys are now making it to the major leagues. It was just a matter of time.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. It's something that we promote and we say, and we haven't had the opportunity to do it till now. But you're right. I've heard from a lot of people, and we have a lot of people close. We've got 3 or 4 in AAA right now, and the guys in A-ball are pitching really well. So we're just excited to watch them all, whatever they do. If they go on to be a real estate agent, a police officer, a professional baseball player, seeing how they perform after their time with us is just a blessing and one of the things I cherish about the job.
Well, Coach, you guys are playing at probably your best baseball this year. You just finished a great winning.
Oh, yeah, by the way, they beat number 1 APU 3 out of 4. Maybe we should bring that up, Jeff.
I want to say this. You guys are playing your best baseball at the end of the season. You have two more series with Academy of the Art and Dixie State. You guys have won, 10 of 11?
Yeah, you know what, Jeff, you guys are sports guys and your listeners are sports guys. We had a lot of things go on early on that really tested us, and I really believe we persevered through that, and we learned some things about our character and how to overcome different things, and I saw that look in Azusa about game 3 or 4 where I thought, oh man, they're where we were a couple weeks ago, where some of that doubt sets in, and so I think we caught them at the right time. We've kind of pushed through our adversity, and hopefully we can ride the wave the rest of the way out.
Well, you definitely played very well in that Azusa Pacific Series. You put up 37 runs in 4 games. So you guys are hitting the ball. And like I said, got 2 series. Got Academy of the Art Tuesday and home. And you go Tuesday, Wednesday, doubleheader. And then Thursday, you guys play the last of that series. And then you go out to St. George, Utah.
Yep. Yeah, it's a weird series. We play our last 2 ones in the middle of the week. Because of finals and things. So, yeah, come on out on a Tuesday night. We should have great weather in Riverside this week, and it's our last 4 games at home. We get to honor these seniors as well.
All right, Coach, we'll let you go. You're probably dying for some Kansas City barbecue or something right now. What's for dinner out there?
You know that you are very astute. We are asking the concierge right now where the best barbecue place is.
There you go. So, I knew it.
You're scaring me. You're scaring me right now.
Well, this is Gary Adcock, the head baseball coach at Cal Baptist University, as we go inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling. Coach, awesome to hear from you. I'm glad you made it out there to see Trevor Oaks' major league debut, and thanks for always checking in. We do appreciate you. Always make time for us.
No, I appreciate the call, and let's root him on tomorrow. Everybody get behind him.
That's right. Gary Adcock, the head coach at CBU. Thanks, Coach. We'll let you get to that barbecue.
Thanks, guys.
All
We'll
right.
talk soon.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Coach.
Hey, Coach. I love that guy.
I gave him the wrong number.
Why'd you give him the wrong number?
Because I'm dyslexic.
And colorblind?
Oh, I'm just a mess, Pep. I'm a mess. I got to shave.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll update you on the NFL draft. Yes, it's going down, round number 2, and we'll bring you up to date. Even though there might not be household names, but we'll bring you up to date who's going where, right? We got some more picks to bring you up to date here.
We got a bunch of picks.
Oh, lots of picks. And NBA playoffs, right?
Yes!
We'll be back. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajon, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
That's it. That's it. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is a man. Oh my God! Einhorn is a man.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Hey, welcome back to the NFL Draft live coverage right here.
Wow!
Sports Show.
We got a lot of picks. We missed a lot of draft picks.
I'm all flustered. The Trevor Oaks making his major league debut for the Kansas City Royals threw me off. Gary Adcock and you threatening him and the whole, the barbecue conversation and he better not cry. Like, it's throwing me off my game. I'm trying to regroup.
That's my guy.
Here.
That's my little brother. My twin.
You guys look like you could be in that movie Twins. Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
See, anybody listening, they're probably going, oh my gosh, that guy's crazy to Coach Adcock. I love Gary Adcock.
You threatened him.
I did?
You said, if you cry on national television when Oaks takes the bump for the Royals, I'm going to make fun of you on Fox Sports IE.
You're darn right. I would make fun of him. He knows it. If he was at a radio show and he saw me cry on TV, he'd make fun of me too. That's my boy.
We love Gary Adcock.
Oh, he's the best.
That's crazy. So he was recruiting up in the Bay Area when he got the news. Did you hear that? He turned it around fast. He must know people in the airlines. You can't, like a regular person like me or you couldn't do that. He's Gary Adcock.
I was going to make fun of him for scouting Academy of the Art because he was up in the Bay Area.
He doesn't need to scout
No,
them.
but that's what he was doing. I'm like, what are you doing?
The Urban Knights.
Is that what they're called?
The Urban Knights.
They're not the memes or the mimes or whatever?
No. The sculptors, no.
Oh,
the painters, no.
Come on, Gary Adcock, wake up. Don't go scouting up at the Academy of the Art. They're actors, singers, dancers. They don't play baseball up there. Come on.
But he turned it around. What did he say? He flew to John Wayne, which is Orange County.
Yes.
He drove to LAX.
Yes.
Got a plane there to Kansas City.
Now he's eating barbecue.
He's
probably going to Uber. Everybody's Uber.
You know what? That's pretty awesome. Think about it. CBU doesn't have baseball this weekend. He's getting a trip. Think about it. And I know you'll appreciate this, Jeff. Think about this. He's in Kansas City eating the world's best barbecue. He's going to go to a major league game tomorrow to see one of his guys, Trevor Oaks. And I'm assuming he's probably flying solo. Wow. Just a relaxing little getaway for Gary Adcock.
He must have.
You would love that, Jeff.
I would love to get away. I mean, seriously, what's your weekend consist of this weekend?
Saturday is going to be a little nuts. We're going to be at the County Clash.
I'll be there with you.
High school baseball. You coming out?
There. I'll be there. I'm reluctant, but I'm going to go.
All right. I'm going to make you write it down. I'm going to hold it to you.
I'll show up because Kono's not going to be there. I'll show up.
You not coming, Kono?
No.
He's not coming. He's not coming.
I'll be there.
Jeff will be Kono tomorrow.
So what else you got?
What else do I might swing by the University of Redlands baseball game.
Whatever. You know what I have to do?
I got a pretty nice little Saturday. I don't know.
I got to go to Mark Guard's house, the Mustache's house.
Why?
Yeah,
Is he removing his tattoo of his son?
No, his grandson's birthday. He turns 1, so we're gonna show up. We're gonna do our, I'm going for the food and the drinks, and that's about it. But Sunday I got to get up early again. We're going to SeaWorld.
That's fun. That sounds like a good weekend.
That's a horrible.
You get to hang out with your best friend Mark Gard. You're gonna go see Shamu. Is Shamu still around?
Mark Gard's not my best friend anymore.
Why?
You are, Pep.
I am.
I see you a lot more than I see my wife.
You know what? I thought by now, because how long have we been doing this? We started the first week in December. Every single day, the Inland Sports Show, 3 to 6 p.m. on Fox Sports IE. I thought by now for sure that you'd get sick of me.
Oh, I'm sick of you. Don't sell yourself short, Pep. I'm really sick of you, but hey.
I always tell my wife, this is serious. I always tell my wife, if people really knew me, they probably wouldn't like me.
Oh, they don't.
Do you have NFL draft updates?
I've got plenty of draft updates.
Let's do this.
We've missed like 15 picks.
Oh, is there any big names? Any USC guys?
Yes,
UCLA guys?
yes. Well, last we left off, it was the 9th pick. No, let's go to the 10th pick. The Dolphins have drafted tight end out of Penn State, Mike this is horrible.
Come on, Jeff.
Gesicki. I've never heard of him. Mike Gesicki. The 11th pick to the Lions, Karen Johnson. So they picked up. Yeah, sounds like they got a secretary from the secretary pool, Karen Johnson out of Auburn, the running back. And then the 12th pick goes to the San Francisco 49ers, Dante Pettis, the wide receiver out of Washington, or as my father would say, Washington. And let's go. Let's just get down here. Okay, we have the Raiders. Let's go here to the Chargers. The 16th pick in the second round goes to Uchenna Nwosu, the outside linebacker out of Southern California. Have you ever heard of that guy?
Yeah, no, he's good. He's legit.
He is?
Yeah, he's a second rounder. I didn't think he'd go in the first round, but he's pretty good, so he's off the board.
It sounds like a Jawa noise.
Yeah, from A New Hope. Yeah, he's from the original New Hope, Star Wars.
And then the Eagles picked up tight end Dallas Goedert from South Dakota State.
He's good, too.
He's good, too?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, well, here's one for you. The Dallas Cowboys have drafted Connor Williams, the offensive guard out of Texas. And that's where we are right now. We have the Chicago Bears picking again.
Do me a favor, Jeff, because you have the draft open in front of you. Where do the Chargers pick next? Because there is a rumor circulating right now that the Chargers are going to go after Oklahoma State quarterback Mason Rudolph. There was some speculation in the first round that Lamar Jackson, the quarterback out of Louisville, the Heisman winner, could end up with the Chargers. The Chargers did not take him. In fact, they went with a safety. Now they might circle back around in the second round and still get their quarterback. The best available might be Mason Rudolph. I know Falk, the quarterback at Washington State, might be another option.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen because they don't get their next pick until the third round.
Oh, he might not be around.
Pick. He probably won't be around.
So if the Chargers really want Mason Rudolph, the Okie State, yeah, they might have to move up to get that guy.
Well, we will see.
Because, again, kind of like, because Phillip Rivers and Eli Manning will forever be attached at the hip, right? Don't you think that the same draft? I mean, they were
refusing to go to San Diego.
So the Chargers and the Giants are in a similar situation, although I would say that Phillip Rivers has not dropped off that Eli Manning has. I don't feel like Eli Manning's the same QB that led the Giants to those 2 Super Bowls, but I feel like Phillip Rivers is pretty much the same guy that we've seen the last 5-10 years.
Yeah, but you know the difference between the 2 quarterbacks, and you just said it?
One's in San Diego?
No, 2 Super Bowls.
Well, there's that.
You can say anything you want.
There's that.
He could fall. His leg could fall off.
But I'm saying like right now, if the Chargers see a need at quarterback, Mason Rudolph's probably the best available.
Yes.
But I don't know I don't know if there's necessarily a need at quarterback. I think Phillip Rivers is still going to be good for a couple more years. Now, if you're the Giants, again, I feel like that Eli Manning era has come to an end. There may be a need at quarterback for the Giants. If they should be one of the teams looking to stockpile another, QB back there. Because who's the other option? Is it Geno Smith we were talking about?
Well,
and then Davis Webb is the young guy that they have in there.
Well, they have Cardale Jones.
The Giants do?
No, I'm sorry. I was going
Chargers.
My Chargers. Okay. Yeah. Geno Smith, Phillip Rivers, Cardale Jones. Those are their quarterbacks.
Yeah. See, I mean, if you're the Chargers, I wouldn't put quarterback very high as a need, quote unquote, need for the team, because Phillip Rivers, he's still going strong, and Cardale Jones or Geno Smith, if you had to have them fill the gap for a game or whatever, they'll be okay. I wouldn't waste third round pick? They don't have a second, right? So it'd be a third round pick. Yeah, I wouldn't waste a third round pick on a QB.
No. And their tight end, Gates, is not going to be re-signed.
That's what it says, yeah.
So I think he's probably going to retire, but do you think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, he's
I mean, because I'm thinking back to the tight ends in my era, like the
Tony Gonzalez.
Exactly. Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates. At least in my book, those are the two top tight ends.
Hey, and they're both basketball players.
Yeah. In fact, how far apart were you and Tony Gonzalez? Because he played at Cal.
About 6 years difference.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a little younger than I am.
Because he was, what is he, like 6'7"? So he was like a power forward for Cal basketball, right?
We saw him at the UCR game this year.
Oh, that's right.
And he had lost a lot of weight. Remember when he was playing, when he was playing college basketball, I want to say he was about 250, 255, and was just bigger than everybody. We saw him at the UCR game. I bet he wasn't more than 225, 230.
No, he shed a lot of that weight.
Yeah, a lot of that weight. But, yeah, he was a beast of a power forward. In fact, he was second or third in rebounding in the Pac-12 when he was playing at Cal. A very, very good player. But it always took him a while to get going because, remember, he was playing football. By the time he was in shape with basketball season was almost over.
Yeah, he was a stud.
He was very good.
He was probably the best. Antonio Gates, a close second, at least in my era of football, right? You know, when growing up, watching football, then, turning professional and covering football, those were the two guys.
Let's say the most athletic bigs, because remember, that's when those are what we see now with tight ends. 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", studs, big physical specimens.
Gronk
is another guy.
Kelsey with the Kansas City Chiefs, like those guys. Ertz with the Philadelphia Eagles.
LeBron James was at one time, he was the state football player of the year.
That's such a scary thought to see him lining up at tight end.
But I would see that he could probably do it. I mean, he was the state player of the year as a football player in Ohio. So state player of the year in basketball, state player of the year in football.
Well, that segment was brought to you by our good friends at Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, taking care of all of your sporting gear needs. So if you're running around this Saturday and you're like, man, I need new soccer cleats, I need a baseball helmet, I need a new, football mouthpiece. You get it all at Ken Sporting Goods and Letterman's jackets. So take it on over there, get your cool Letterman's jacket, be the big man or the big lady. Doesn't sound right on campus.
The big man or the
big lady.
Or the lady.
Yeah, I tell my kids, remember that movie Big Mama's House? I love Martin Lawrence.
Yes.
Big Mama's House. So I'll ask my kids, where's Big Mama? Where's Big Mama? Is this Big Mama's house? My wife doesn't like that.
I can see that.
It doesn't go over too well.
Hey, we do have one score, though, in the NBA that we can report on. Toronto is down by 3, halfway through the third, down to Washington 64-61.
Drake's going to lead them back.
Whatever.
Drake's going to get up from the sideline, start trash talking and talking about, what was it, Degrassi? Is that the show he was on? Start talking about old Degrassi episodes. He's going to get in John Wall's head, and they're going to battle back. He was Jimmy. Old Jimmy.
I don't think I know you guys.
Degrassi.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
In a wheelchair.
He was?
Yeah, no legs. Yeah.
What?
Well, he had legs.
Oh, this is all new to me now.
What the hell is going on over here? I don't want to talk about Degrassi. I think of Degrassi.
Drake was a Canadian kids show, or what do you call it?
Nickelodeon. It was American.
It was on Nick?
Yeah.
No, it's American.
All of North America.
Isn't Degrassi like a smart physics guy or physicist?
No, you're thinking of what's his name, Neil Tyson?
No, there's a guy named Degrassi who's one of the biggest genius.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
So we're talking about the same guy.
Yeah. He's a nuclear physicist.
That's the guy.
He's
Degrassi.
a physicist. That's your guy.
He had a TV show?
No, that's not him.
What the hell's going on here? Drake was on a show with the scientist?
In Canada. In America, apparently.
This is driving me nuts. I don't want to even talk about this.
Drake is always on the sidelines of the Toronto Raptors games, and he's going to get in their head.
Does Meek Mill have a beef with
Drake?
Drake?
Does he? No.
Drake destroyed Meek Mill, actually.
He did?
Yeah.
Did
there
they
is
fight?
a beef. He might be arrested. I might be able to shave.
You might be able to shave because you said you would not shave
until Meek Mill gets arrested again.
Yeah, could be happening right now. We'll be back. It's the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
How you guys doing? Coach Ray here from Boost Training. We're here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip, we're going to get football specific with the 40-yard dash dance. Come check it out. Okay, so first things first, we're going to establish Andrew's footing. All right, now, he has his left foot up in his 40 stance, so what we're going to do is he's going to take his left foot, his left toe, and he's going to bring it back to his right heel. All right, now he's going to take his right toe and bring it to his left heel. All right, next he's going to take that right foot, he's going to bring it about hip width. Now, depending on if you're a skill player, receiver, DB, or if you're a lineman, a bigger guy like Andrew is here, you may want to go a little bit wider, all right, because they usually have bigger thighs here. So he's going to go a little bit wider hip width. Now he's going to take that right toe, he's going to move it back about 4 to 6 inches. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now he's going to take his right hand, he's going to place it right behind the line. He's going to take his left hand and place it right above the line. All right, now he's going to dig his feet in, get his footing. We want to really load the hips, knees, and ankles here. And what we're looking for is a deep bend in the ankles and a nice angle with the shins here. We want to try to keep that shin nice, almost parallel to the floor. So what's going to happen, he's going to keep his nose to his knee. He's going to stay nice and low. When I say set, Andrew's going to bring that left arm higher than his hip. He's going to slightly elevate his hips higher than his knees. Now, you never want to hold your 40 stance any longer than about 3 seconds. So it's going to be very quick, all right? Here we go. Set. Go. There you have it, 40-yard dash dance.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. This wonderful segment's brought to you by Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Lacrosse, golf, tennis, track and field, football, you know it all. And you can get better, stronger, faster, all the good stuff. Whether you're youth, high school, college, trying to turn pro, want a scholarship, check out Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Jeff, we've got NBA playoffs tonight. Has Drake willed Toronto back into this game yet?
I don't know anything about Drake. He's a big goofball. Here we go. 69-67. Washington with 3:15 left in the third. But we have another game going on, and it's a big one, Pep. The Indiana Pacers are holding a small lead here in the second quarter. 29-28. LeBron James with 7 points to lead the way for the Cavs. And Victor Oladipo with 15 in the first quarter.
It's going off. Oladipo.
Yeah.
I still think Cleveland closes it out tonight.
I think you're wrong.
You said it's in Indiana, right? Game 6 is Indiana?
It's in Indiana, and if they do win, they probably will come back to Cleveland. But see, the good thing is they're going to be tired. 7-game series in the first round. Cleveland is in trouble, my friend.
And LeBron's old. I mean, I can see his hairline just scooting farther back his head.
Did you know LeBron was bald a few years ago? Did you notice that? And then all of a sudden he had hair. It was paint on. Before every game, he goes out and paints it on.
Does?
Yeah, well, it looks like it. I'm very, very critical of people that paint hair on their heads.
All right, let's go back to the NFL draft for a moment.
Okay.
We're keeping track of these NBA playoff games. We got 3 tonight. The big one, the one I'm excited about is the Jazz taking on the Thunder. That's the late game. Jazz hands for everyone. Also, the NFL draft. We're keeping tabs on that. And the Philadelphia Eagles just made the 49th overall selection in the second round. And they brought up David Akers, a kicker, formerly of the Eagles, up to make the announcement. So, if you recall, the Eagles and the Cowboys, they don't like each other.
No.
Same division, rivals.
That's right.
They don't like each other. So, David Akers, we're going to play this. I have not heard it yet, but it looks pretty juicy, and it's trending right now on social media. Hopefully, it's clean. He's addressing the crowd, so I don't think he's... Get the dump butt ready. Doesn't he work? We'll cross our fingers here. But he's talking on national TV to the live audience. I don't think it's anything too crazy.
Okay.
But he's an Eagle, and everyone's
let's hope.
They're getting all those Dallas Cowboy fans fired up because, again, the draft is in Dallas. Here's David Akers.
Okay.
Let's listen. Greg, just get ready to pot it down just in case.
What's up, Dallas? We heard you in Philly last year. I like standing up here before you as an undrafted free agent, representing that shield for 15 years. Tonight, I'm representing the Philadelphia Eagles, NFC East champs, divisional champs, NFC champs, and world champs! The world champs! Hey, Dallas! The last time you were in the Super Bowl, these draft picks weren't born!
Wow.
Tonight, we are welcoming into the Eagles family with the 49th pick in the 2018 draft. The NFL would like to represent the Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Goedert. Wow. He is the tight end from South Dakota State. Go Birds!
You know,
I love that. That was David Akers, the all-time leading scorer in Philadelphia Eagles history because he's a kicker, addressing the crowd in Dallas where the NFL draft is. And, of course, if you have anything to do with the Eagles, they're going to boo you.
well, I will say this. Do you think somebody in Dallas, when he gets off stage, he is a kicker, you think somebody's going to go flick him in his head?
Probably.
And say, knock it off.
No, see, but what you do is you have the getaway car ready. You're like, okay, here's the deal. I know they're going to boo me. I'm going to play into it. In fact, I'm going to go overboard, but I need you to have a quick getaway. I need an escape route. I need a car waiting for me out back, and we're going to roll out.
That is pretty
Maybe
funny.
even like a mustache and glasses, like a disguise to help you get out.
Oh, that's
Just have it all ready, then you're fine.
Very, very funny stuff. Gotta love it.
So we are in the second round of the NFL Draft. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. We're keeping close tabs. We've got some Inland Empire guys that could hear their name called, but again, likely on Saturday. Probably not before we get off the air in about 12 minutes or so here on Fox Sports IE. But we are in the second round right now. The Rams will not have a selection until the third round. Jeff, did we have any picks in the last couple of minutes?
Well, yes, we did. We had the Oakland Raiders.
The Raiders!
Drafted a defensive tackle out of Sam Houston State. His name is P.J. Hall.
You like P.J. Hall, Greg? He does now.
He's got two.
He's excited now.
He's got two letters for a first name, P and J. He's just missing. He's just.
Isn't that the place
P.
Greg goes to? PJ's?
PJ's.
PG!
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, no locals are getting any other picks here. The Browns are going to be the last pick of the second round.
Browns.
The Patriots are going to have the 31st pick of the second round.
But you know what? The Browns are looking kind of smart now because they got a running back here in the second round. Who was it? Chubb out of Georgia, right?
There's a lot of Chubbs in this draft.
There's at least two Chubbs.
There's multiple
Could be
Chubbs.
multiple Chubbs in this draft.
And they're spelled the same way. Maybe they're brothers.
I think they could be. There may be some relation.
Brothers Chubb.
One was NC State. Brothers Chubb.
Brothers
Sounds like
Chubb.
a country band.
It is a country band.
The one was from NC State, the big-time defensive player. And then the running back Chubb was out of Georgia. So kind of the same part of the country down there in the southeast. There could be some relation there. But I remember Chubb.
Bradley Chubb.
and
the other Chubb.
And the other Chubb. But I remember the running back Chubb out of Georgia. I remember hearing a radio call when he ran for a touchdown. It might have been in the Rose Bowl. And all the radio announcer would say, Chubb, 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 Chubb. Like that. It's like, what a great, in fact, I might find it. Let's do this. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll still have about 5 or 6 minutes. We're going to give you a UC Riverside versus UC Santa Barbara baseball update. We'll get you all set for Quakes baseball and the very latest, if anything juicy happens at the NFL Draft. We'll be back. You're listening to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.
Chubb, 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 Chubb.
On Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajon, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing. We have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
Will stretch handoff to Chubb. Chubb at right tackle. Breaks one tackle. Breaks another one. Now he's in the open. 40, 30, near sideline. Chubb, touchdown! The ball gets it. Sony.
That's
big hole right tackle. 30, 25, 20, 15. He's got blockers. 10.
I love the radio call for Georgia. They love football in the South, man. Georgia, the SEC schools. Woo.
They love themselves some Chubb.
They had Chubb at NC State. That was Bradley Chubb, right?
Bradley Chubb.
And this was Nick Chubb?
Chubb. Nick Chubb.
Well, he's going to the Cleveland Browns in the second round. So the Cleveland Browns got their quarterback in Baker Mayfield. They got the running back in Chubb. They got a DB out of The Ohio State at number 4.
They did.
They're actually not doing too bad. I'd like to see the whole draft once it's all over and see the grades from the quote-unquote draft experts, but I think they did pretty well.
I gave him a C+ because I'm a draft expert. I gave him a C+.
You were quoted, seriously, you were quoted in the Press Enterprise.
I'm always quoted, and I'm not just quoted as just a dude. I am quoted as a talk show host.
Talk show host on Fox Sports 1350.
You're darn right.
And UC Riverside basketball analyst.
It makes me sound very, very, very important, Pep Fernando.
Very.
Wow.
Very. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I'm moving up in the world. I'm going to be in USA Today next. Does that paper still exist?
I don't know.
Maybe
Does
not.
it? Is that moving on up?
I don't know. I'm going to...
This segment is brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona. You can check them out off of Temescal Canyon Road. Again, they have a special every single week. We just had the GMC Yukon. Just a sweet, sweet deal. Has all the extras you want. You can save thousands of dollars at Catalano Motors, but you got to head on over there. Check out the website, CatalanoCars.com. In fact, you can call Derek Catalano directly. Find that special. You can buy, trade, finance. They're going to work with you. They're going to make it super easy at Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. We got a UC Riverside baseball update. The Highlanders taking on UC Santa Barbara. It was 6-5. Highlanders on top at last checked. Have we gone final?
Nope. Bottom of the ninth, no outs, 6-5. UC Riverside, but 2 men on base for the Gauchos.
Oh, the Gauchos are trying to come back on UCR. The Highlanders up by 1. That's a big, big West Conference game going down against UC Santa Barbara right now. The Quakes coming up. They're going to take on Lancaster on the road. 6:35 first pitch. That means old Skoggy Skog.
Skogginator.
The Skog Dog is going to hit the air at 6:20 right here on Fox Sports, IE 1350 AM. So Rancho Cucamonga baseball coming up in just about 20 minutes. Jeff, coming up on Monday, we will recap the NFL draft. We'll tell you where our Inland Empire guys are going. We'll talk Rams and Chargers. We're going to put a bow on all this stuff.
Hey, we're going to be in the second round of the NBA playoffs as well.
Oh, that's right, as well. It's going to be a big Monday. I hope you'll join us 3 o'clock right here on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports, IE 1350 AM.
What's up, Colton? We got you.
Yeah, thank God it's Friday.